Okay, we're live. Gotta find the chat here. And audio's working, so that's good. All right, now I'll see if anybody comes hangs out. Anybody here? What's up, Hazel? Hazel D. Saturday night, and I'm doing a lot of exciting stuff tonight. What's up, Daryl? How you doing? Glad to see you stop by. What's up from Montreal, Sandro? Hey, Sergeant Tank Pets. What's up, buddy? Caught your live stream the other day. Bathtub fart machine. I saw that comment the other day. That is a hilarious name, by the way. Rashawn. What's up, Justin? Metin. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. What's up, Reggie? Oh, snap. Reggie's listening on the way to Gulf Shores. I just got back from Longboat Key, Sarasota, which is on the Gulf Coast, and it was absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous. I loved every minute of it. It was paradise. We got Tyrone. What's up, Mike from Michigan? How's it going? Tyrone from Michigan. Hope I'm saying that right too. What's up, Roger? Your wife's forcing you to watch The Blacklist on Netflix, and I'm going. That's one I did not watch with my wife. Me and my wife actually watch a ton of shows together. That is one that I will not watch. There's a few. She binged Downton Abbey. There's a couple of shows she watches that I just don't have the time. I like comedies. I want to laugh before I go to bed. Not seeing widescreen. What do I got to do to fix that? What's up, DM1982? Masshole living up in Maine. How's the weather up there? Just as beautiful it is here. What's up, Rob? Yeah, I bet you that guy has a punchable face. I think guys on all those shows have punchable faces. I don't know if I can fix it into widescreen. And I'll probably just mess it up if I try anyway. From Cali. Just got done with dinner over there. Oh, yeah, David Spader. Man, he's been around forever, that guy. I remember him in the 80s movies. Donald Fish vibes. So I just decided, why not? I didn't see any live streams coming. So I figured if you're home Saturday night and you're not doing something cool, then come stop by here. There's the 40. Someone's asking to show the 40. So you can see how bright it is without that Blixa blocking out the light from the sand. Did I get to fish? No, I did not. It was a strictly drink and nap vacation. Me and my wife have not been on a vacation without kids in 13 years since our honeymoon, and we were just like, we were saving for something else. Actually, we're saving to upgrade some of the kitchen, and we're like, screw it, let's just go. What's up, Greg? What's up, Punk G? We're like, let's just go. Let's get out of here and go away for 5 days and with no kids and just sit on the beach, and it was awesome. I loved every minute of it. Coronas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Food was amazing. Beach in the Siesta Key, Longboat Key, Sarasota area, the beaches are like quartz, and it's so the sand is super powdery and it stays cold even when the sun's beating down on it. It's just a great place to go. If you ever want to get away, go to Siesta Key, Longboat Key, Sarasota. Go and stay in one of those nice new hotels. Just beautiful. Finally, there's no snow in Maine. I shoveled my front lawn today so I could see the grass. Yeah. There's still snow here. 50% melted, but we just got so much of it 2 weeks in a row. It's just, one nice day in the 60s, be gone. My golf league starts in 2 weeks, and there's 2 feet of snow in my backyard. Hey, Kelly, the saltwater? No, I can't because I'm on the desktop camera, so I can't walk it down to show the 40. Sorry. What's up, JSS? Oh, yeah, I love Coronas. Ice cold Corona. Has to be super ice cold with the lime. Your favorite is the Mucho Punchable. Yep. Oh, nice. You're going snorkeling for live rock. That's going to be awesome. Be careful. Wear gloves. What's up, Chris? Chris's Fish Room. What else is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday night? Nobody's out at bars if they're here, or out to dinner, or out to a movie. When's the bass tank going in? Yes, next Thanksgiving. No, I was thinking after you get back from your trip, we would do it on one of your offloads. Problem is I need to get another power hardwired to my I wanted to say my jukebox. My electric panel. I got to get another big plug down there. I don't have enough electricity for what I'm running, and I don't want to keep running too much on these two little plugs. Red wine, Hazel. Dilly dilly. Cheers. Watching basketball and Supercross. I can't stand basketball anymore. Ever since the Jordan days were over, that's when I lost interest. New England IPA, drinking a M43 Old Nation out of Lansing. What's up, Lansing? Your last name looks extremely familiar. Hey, Chris. Cardi and Coke. Perfect. Dilly dilly, Rob. Yeah, I gotta get that. Oh yes, longboard. One of my favorites. Is it the Kona longboard? Is that what you're drinking, Greg? That is one of my favorites. I got the Kona Golden Ale in the fridge right now, saving it. Drink that tomorrow. Packing fish food, of course. Oh, NCA, watching March Madness. Lottery winner. Damn it, that stinks. Yeah, I gotta get that big tank. I got a 135-gallon cube tank with a 52-gallon sump and a stand that was sponsored by SC Aquariums. I've been emailing them asking because it was originally going to be a saltwater tank, but now I kind of want to do like a native New England tank. Excuse me. So I got to get that thing set up. Can you explain the use of hydrogen peroxide for brown algae? I don't think it kills brown algae. Just brush the brown algae off. Increase your flow a little bit. If it's a new tank, it'll go away. Once your tank's balanced out, the brown algae will go away. You can get AutoCats, but they're kind of a waste of money because they're caught live, and if you buy 10 of them, in my opinion, half of them usually die. Yes, bourbon in Kentucky. I cannot do that. I'm a giant biatch when it comes to that. If I had to drink bourbon, I just vomit all over the place. Black Velvet. All right. And here's my, yeah, I know. I gave it to him. Just leave him alone. One of the boys is up. What up, Lord Java 1131 from San Antonio? How's it going, Sandy? First time in the chat. Not a Tiche at all. Hey, Clayton, Alan, how's it going? Sand or aragonite for Mbuna cyclotank? I would go with sand. I like white sand, but don't go with like a super fine grain, but not like big, pea gravel size. Like try to get something in the like relatively medium because they're gonna dig like crazy. They're gonna make holes, and you don't want their mouths getting cut up, but you don't want like super fine sand. I remember when I had my Mbuna tank, which is now my reef tank. I enjoyed African cichlids for their colors. Everything else is just a nightmare. They're aggressive. They're constantly digging, and rocks are falling all over the place. But you never know. I do like the peacocks. Joey and that peacock, OB peacock tank he has. Those fish are pretty. Is Flourish Excel safe for jungle valves? Absolutely not. Well, I shouldn't say that. I used it briefly in my 75 gallon, and the jungle valve was fine, but I think it was because it was a lot of water. I was growing jungle val in my 29 gallon perfectly, just spreading like crazy, and I decided to start dosing small amounts of Excel to deal with some algae, and it melted all the jungle val. So if you really want to go for it, I would literally get one of those rubber squeeze droppers and just drip, just drip it in slowly, maybe like 2 drops here and there, and then slowly increase and just watch your valves because they will all melt away. I've done it. I have a video on it. I bought 5 young flower horns today and put them in my koi cichlid. Ooh, 11,000 gallon pond. Nice. Ooh, I have no clue if flower horns. I've never kept flower horns. I don't know if flower horns can handle temperature swings in a pond that big. Like, are they cold weather fish? I don't know. I don't think they are. What media do you suggest I use in replace of the carbon in an AquaClear 70? As in biological media or just in replace of the carbon? Like, I always like to stack my HOB with coarse sponge and then ChemiPure green, ChemiPure blue, depending on what I'm doing, and then polyfilter pad on top. If you want to, hey Lisa, what's up? If you want to get the coarse sponge out and put some filter floss to polish the water, you can do that. But I use ChemiPure blue and I use ChemiPure green, so I would like that. That would be a good replacement. What's up, 54 Punchy? What happened to my 75? I sold it to a friend of mine, Shad. If you live in Massachusetts, you can visit Valhalla Tattoo. I think it's in Clinton. He bought it. I was just stressing way out about moving all these tanks into the new house when I moved, and it was just too much. I did not want to move all those tanks. I didn't want to have to set up the tanks again really quickly. I didn't know where things were going to go, so I just sold everything. And the only 2 tanks I brought with me was my 40 breeder saltwater and my 10 gallon saltwater, because those were easy, and the 40 I didn't want to sell off all the coral and stuff and start over. Clayton, I keep saltwater fish, and then in this freshwater tank I got rummy nose, cardinals, some cory cats, some SAEs, and like an L something or other pleco, really cool looking pleco. Really, Jungle Valley usually spreads like crazy for me. Like, and once it goes, you cannot stop. What's up, Dank Tanks? Mike from Mass here. Mass Aquariums. I know everybody loves that, or loves to make fun of it, I should say. Can I recommend low-tech plants for a small beta tank? 19 liters low light. 19 liters. What is that? 5 gallons? Is it 4 or 5 gallons? You can get like some dwarf sage, maybe some small crypts. You can get Anubias for sure, some Java fern, some bacopa, stuff that you can trim out and just get rid of it, because that's small tank. So maybe just get a bunch of like Christmas moss or Java moss and wrap some wood, wrap a stone or something. That'll look pretty. Boos. Trying to think of some plants that relatively don't need CO2 that aren't going to like completely take over a small tank. What's up, Larry? Can pork chop rasboras work with shrimp? I have 55. Never heard of a pork chop raspora, but most rasboras that I've kept are fine tropical community fish. Rummy nose are awesome. Love them. Can I use molasses like in my hydro for my live planted tank for K and mag and cal? I mean, like very low dosage. I don't think so, because that molasses, like, the plants use light and photosynthesis to make sugars to help them. Where hydro, the all that molasses is getting broken down. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it in a planted tank. I mean, do an experiment. Get like a 10-gallon and plant it, and then molasses the crap out of it. Do I breed saltwater fish? I do not. Have never had any success breeding anything except like your normal guppies and platies and swordtails, all those over the years that just breed like crazy anyway. You love that ish. Love the intro. Dank Tanks. I love that name. Oh, Harlequin. Yeah, I've literally never heard that nickname. Harlequin rasboras. Yes, I believe they will be just fine with shrimp. All the rasboras I have always been medium to top water column swimmers. Well, I doubt they're going to go down and bother them. A Pongeton is growing very well. Good. That can get huge, though. Huh. Well, you learned something new. Thank you, Roger, for that. Hornwort? Is that like pennywort? Looks like little lily pads just growing up. I like pennywort. That's a really good low-tech tank plant. Yes, Lisa, that is a very good comment. Please stay tuned to my video that I shot 2 hours ago that I'll release tomorrow morning, and you'll know what I'm talking about too. Yep. Raspora chip. Did the dog get it anyway? My other dog, Maggie, my other lab, used to always get the fish. Is there a water quality difference from a store-bought high-quality substrate in comparison to a dirted tank? A water quality? I mean, some stuff leaches out things in the water that you don't want. It's important to rinse your substrate, but if you're doing dirt, you don't want to rinse that. I say if you go with any organic dirt and then you cap it with gravel, you're fine. And if you go with any type of gravel, just rinse it. Just drill holes in a 5-gallon bucket, put the substrate in there, and just literally just hose it, mix it around, hose it. All the water will leak out, so it won't fill. Perfect. How did your tanks hold up after vacation? Actually, Greg, Nate did a great job. Way better than you did when I was on vacation. No, I'm just kidding. Tanks did good. Nobody died besides having to, mag float, flipper the glass. Everything was good. It was awesome. They did awesome. My 10-year-old took care of my 2 reef tanks. My 7-year-old took care of this tank. I have a video on what like little tips and tricks to allow your kids to take care of them. What's up, Alpha? Unlucky's in the house. From way out west, his beard is like 9 feet tall, and he shoots squirrels with a finger. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, Unlucky Eddie? You know, I like to bust your chops. Am I even gonna redo a high-tech planted like you used to have? Missed that old one. That really wasn't all that high-tech. I still didn't keep difficult plants. This one has got highlights, CO2, root tabs. I mean, I don't like to keep difficult plants because I don't like to take care of them, really. I do miss my 75 though. That was a gorgeous. I love the fish in that. The rainbows and the angels. It was just gorgeous. Big school of rummy nose. Huckleberry. He's has not eaten, and all he does is sleep for like the past 2 days. I do not know what's wrong with this dog. Now he's whining. Hornwort is a needle plant. Makes a mess when it melts. There you have it. Uncle Greg has spoken. Clarity, yes. So basically, whenever you start a tank, no matter what substrate you use, you're going to have some clarity issues like right off the bat, especially if you don't rinse it. I don't think there's a huge difference. Maybe with a dirted tank, it's going to be cloudy for a little bit longer. But you can add filter floss to your filters to help polish the water. In fact, Marineland makes a nice internal polishing filter that's about, let's say, yeah, actually, it's probably like that big, literally. And you just hang it in the tank, and it does an excellent job. It's good for ponds, big tanks. I mean, you don't want to stick it in like a 40-gallon tank, but if you have like a 75 or bigger, it works good. Ghost shrimp for your cleanup in your tank. What else do you recommend? Like maybe a minor shrimp or plecos. Ooh, where'd that go? Interested other than me vacuuming my kid's tank, I'd like to find a helper. So you don't want to buy fish to like have a cleanup crew, but amino shrimp are great for scrounging on like the fresh food that hits the substrate and stuff, as well as algae. Plecos, if a plant's a tank, I would always try to go with bristlenose plecos, these real tiny plecos that aren't going to destroy things. What's my favorite floating plant that won't take over an entire tank? Frogbit is very nice and manageable because once it starts spreading, you can just pull it. I do love Frogbit. Really beautiful. If you go over to Shizdank, I'll type it in. Shizdank tanks on YouTube. He has beautiful tanks and tons of different floating plants, purples and all sorts of really cool ones. What's up, Jay Wilson? How'd the pictures go, Jay? Is Liam all nice and handsome? Well, I was surprised. My kids did a great job. I think they know how much the tank means to me, and I think they just want to do a good job. You know, I think most kids want their dad to be happy when he gets home, but I mean, it is what it is. I put all the food in those medicine containers, you know, the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through. What's up, Cruz? Cruz in the house. And I just said, go down, open one of them up, dump it in the tank. If you forget to do it, don't worry about it. You don't have to do double the next day. Just skip it and do the next day. And I was only gone for 5 days. So if the fish didn't eat for 5 days, I'm sure they would have been just fine. And I have auto top off for my 13 and the 40. It's got glass lids. So there's no evaporation. I probably dump like a liter of water every week, if that. I'm usually doing a water change before it even gets for me to have to top it off. Yep. Salvini is a good one. That's one he has. I'm good. I'm lucky. How about yourself? How's the weather out there? Yeah, Cruz, Salvinia too. That those I think they're like a light pinkish, aren't they? Yeah. I had a common pleco destroy my 75. Sucked. I'm sure he was dapper. It is extremely good that he looks like his mom because, ugh, boy, thank God he's a cutie. Looks like his mom. Mike from Mass here. What's up, Greg? Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I thought it was awesome too. And you know, I didn't want to like put pressure on him, so I didn't like when we FaceTime at night. I wasn't like, how's the tanks? Did you do this? How's the tanks? Did you do that? No, I didn't even mention it. I just showed him what to do and said, I trust you guys. You guys can handle it. And came home. And besides fingerprints on the glass, they really did a great job. I was really proud of them. Oh, man. What's up, Cruz? Thanks for that super chat, buddy. I appreciate that, my man. Really do appreciate that. I don't usually like to mention the super chat because I mean it is what it is. I'm here because I like talking to you folks, and I like doing these live streams. It's really cool to interact. So thank you, Cruz, for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Any super chat money I get goes right to fish keeping and YouTube. It's not like I'm going to take that $20 bill and go buy a 30 pack because they cost $23. So won't be doing that. Thanks, Cruz. Appreciate it. All right, scroll down here. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, light green with green edges. Boom, shakalak, spreading the love. Thank you very much, Cruz. My mouse just went flying up, so I'm like, I gotta get back down to the bottom of the comments. Thank you, Jay. Share the shiznit out of this. Have I had a chance to review the Fluval 3.0? No, I do not know what that is. Is that a tank? Is that a filter? What is that? SC Reefer, what's up, buddy? Another fat, thank you. I'm going to get another 30 pack. Cheers, Cruz. If I see you at AE again this year, beer on me. Just one. You heard I said beer, right? Don't get crazy here. Maybe a sub. A beer and a sub. How's that sound? Yeah, I knew he popped that extra 5 for the 30 pack. What a guy. Thank you. Keystone. Oh my God. Jesus, Jay. This is not 1994. We're freshmen in high school. Hiding Keystone in the woods under a pile of leaves, burying it even a little to keep it nice and cold because it's July. Cruz is making it rain. Thank you, SC Reefer. How's it going, buddy? Thanks for that 5 spot. I appreciate that. Really do appreciate the super chats, guys. I wish I had that. I know Devin and Mike had on their screens, like if there's a super chat, there's like a fish that like jumps out of the screen, like ba-ding, like it's like a slot machine. Oh, Natty Ice, yeah, even worse. How about Bud Ice? Oh, I need everybody to really pay attention that Jay Wilson is offering a shirtless picture of himself on a unicorn for the next $20 dropped. If I was you, Jay, I would drop the $20 so that you really don't have to do that. Oh, good. Naked Reefer popped a Zima. Those have been out of style for, I don't know. I think they made a comeback for like a week. It was like a limited release. But it tastes like Sprite. I mean, I'd slug a Zima. It's like the same as Mike's Hard Lemonade. How did Zima ever go out of business? Jolly Rancher. Oh, snap. Uncle G will be asking me back for that $20 when he comes over. He'll call me and say, drop enough a load, and I'll have to have a $20 bill on the table for him. Thank you, Uncle Greg. Yeah, Greg. Greg just called you out, Jay. Oh, Greg does. Jay's like, Greg don't count. Uncle Greg doesn't count. What did I see up there? Zima with a Jolly Rancher? Never tried that. Zima was always like those ones that you just pounded like 3 of them real quick before you went to a party or something because you could just down them. Well, you know, if you just shotgunning Bud Lights. Oh my God, that is one giant spider. There's a giant spider on the ceiling. Hopefully he's eating all the other bugs. 54 Punchy says, I'm battling hair grass in one of my tanks. It is heavily planted, lights on for about 8 hours a day, tank next to near under the I have this website on my iPhone that I always look. It explains the different type of algae and what it causes it. I don't know actually off the top of my head what causes hair algae. Hair grass or hair algae? Because hair grass is good. But I think you mean hair algae. Toothbrush, anything with like, I think AquaPro did a video with using a fork where you just wrap it up like spaghetti. Just try to get as much as you can out of there manually. Jay Wilson wants to know best plant for beginner. I have a couple videos on this, but beginners, I would always go with Anubias, Java fern, any type of like Java moss is really easy. Amazon swords are pretty easy. What else? I mean, there's at least I have a bunch of videos. So Jungle Val's easy, water wisteria, water spray, bacopa, um, dwarf sage. There's a lot of different crypts that are easy. Not all of them are easy, but there are some that are easy. Dwarf lilies are awesome. Blixa is easy. Really easy. Those plants work great. My son may as well be from Maine. He got his head stuck in the doggy door. That's funny. Yeah, Jay is saying hair algae is a nightmare. I have yet to have any hair algae over like all the years I've been keeping fish, like 30 years. Plenty of blackbeard, plenty of green spot, plenty of brown. You know, you name it. It's probably been in one of my tanks here or there, but I've never had hair algae. So that's why I really don't know like what causes hair algae. I could look it up. I mean, everybody's got a computer. Someone can look it up. He takes after his mother. She's from California. Does she also use a doggy door to get into the house, or is that just your son? Annika O'Brien, Boston. Yes, I am from outside Boston, born and raised in Massachusetts. I especially was thrilled to meet Jay Wilson in person at the Aquatic Experience because, you know, we do the little texty on Facebook and we're Facebook friends, but he is from the Northeast. And when I started talking to him, his accent started to find back where it was. And he did say when he talks to us folks from the Northeast, it comes right back. So I did have a little hint that he was from the Northeast. Want to start adding potassium in my aquarium. Plant leaves are getting holes. Problem is I don't know if I should use potassium phosphate, potassium. Oh, I don't know which one of those either. Just get the Seachem potassium. That'll work perfect. It is tough to rip off. I do see plenty of videos of people with hair algae nightmares. The problem is it's just it's everywhere. So like when you're twirling it, you know, if it breaks off and a piece lands over here, then it's like it's really impossible to, you know, I'm just telling you, like when things, even Blackbeard, that's why it's so tough. Just a spore or a little thread releases and lands somewhere. That's it. It's like almost impossible to get rid of. Yep, Java fern is a great beginner plant. Java moss as well. Roger has bone and Worcester. All right. Oh yeah, wasn't that hilarious, Greg? Well, Jay, that video you did, Jay, was absolutely hilarious with the accent. It was awesome. All right, dude. Take it easy, Jay. Have a good night with the kid. Well, he's probably in bed. Go watch a movie. The green algae, just gravel vac the crap out of it. You can spray it with hydrogen peroxide very minimally. Do not go overboard. Peroxide, yes. Oh, thanks, Jay. Now I gotta buy you a beer too. Looks like I'm going out to lunch with Jay and Cruz on and now I need to buy them each a beer. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, brother. Go Pats. Fish doctor. Rid your tank of nutrients and it will disappear. There you have it. When Diddy Crips? Yep, I've had those. Kenneth is back in action. All right, peace out, Jay. Enjoy the night. Enjoy Sunday. Kill the colony of candy canes that were being choked out with hair algae because of peroxide. Okay, so brain fart. I'm thinking just salt water, fresh water. I thought we were talking about fresh water. I've had hair algae in my saltwater tanks. Yes, of course. Green hair algae. It is not that difficult to rid. You can pull it off. You can spray it with hydrogen peroxide. Yes, even in a saltwater tank, but be very careful if you have inverts, snails, shrimp. You can get turbo snails. You can get emerald crabs. They'll eat it. Like you can get lawnmower bleenies. Like to get rid of green hair algae in a saltwater tank is way, way easier than any type of hair algae in freshwater. I can tell you that right now. You can just pull the rock. Like if it's covering a rock and you don't want it to spread, just frag your corals and get that rock out of there. But your problem is your phosphates are too high. Or your nutrient import is greater than the export in your tank. You're putting way too much in your tank, and that's what's causing it. I've never had hair algae again in my 40-gallon breeder saltwater. I run really, really low bioload as far as fish go. I do have a lot of corals, but low fish load. Don't like pack the fish in and feed very minimal. Once a day, even once on every other day if you want. If you don't have a lot of corals, there's no need to go feeding like all these coral foods like and overdo it, and then that's excess nutrients if your corals aren't consuming it, and that's how you can get algae. But everybody deals with it in one way or another here or there. And if you can dial your tank in and figure out how to not have it, then just keep doing that, doing what you're doing. What's up, Aqua God? Go get another one, Roger. Start one back up. Annika says, I have all corals and 3 tiny clowns and some shrimp. 3 tiny clowns. Biopellets and GFO, yep. I mean, that will do it. I did run GFO for a while, but I think it was stripping too much from my tank. So I have since I do not run GFO. I just run filter floss, ChemiPure Blue, and a polyfilter pads. And that's all I run. And my tank has been running really, really smooth for a while now. No issues at all. Ooh, I've always wanted one of those, what are they, fire scallops? They're like little scallops, and they got the red, like, tentacles coming. I don't know what they are coming out of that. Thank you again, SC, Cruz, and Jay, and Uncle G for those super chats. I really do appreciate it. What's up, Brian? So Annika, did you buy the 3 clowns together? And are they new fish? Has one of them established the female, and is she bigger than the other 2, or are they just brand new? Yeah, electricity. Yeah. What are those scallops called? Who can tell me what those are called? Is it a fire scallop? Is that what they're called? I'm hoping I'm really being torn with this new big tank because I have the sand and the rock, and I got to get the light and the pumps, but it's just so expensive, and to put corals in it and take it. Like I've always wanted a native New England tank with like a bass, like just a big largemouth bass. I can feed them hot dogs. All native plants, I'll scape it with all pea gravel and, greystone and driftwood, and then just no need to heat it, which will save on electricity. And, once the weather warms up, I can throw like native plants in there for the summer. And then when the weather cools down, I just pull them. Oh, that'd be awesome. Flame scallop. Have I made a video on hang on back filter mods? I've made videos on what's up, Ploof? I've made videos on what I keep in my hang on backs, but I've never done a video on like a refugium out of a hang on back, or like if you're going to plant like mangroves or whatever. I have yet to do any of those videos. I have put plants in like a breeder box and like a mini refugium, some Chaeto. Forgot to take the pink skunk out. The skunk never leaves the anemone's flame scalper's name. Huh. Well, anybody that has flame scallops, let us know, and Unlucky Eddie, if they live long or not. I've got a question about a planted freshwater tank. I have low tech and I'd like to enjoy it in the morning and evening. Can I run my timer 4 hours in morning? Yeah. Oh, I think that doesn't Wonstat, isn't that one of her methods? Is that her who has that method? But yes, you can run it, say like 7 in the morning till 11, and then off till 3, and then like 3 to 7. Definitely, you can definitely do that. Kenny, it will be a badass mass bass. I might even name him Mass Bass. What's up, Rico? I'm still scrolling down here. How's it been, buddy? Thanks for the super chat, my man. Appreciate that as well. I've never seen you drink, but I will buy you a beer. Or I know he likes fancy coffees, like vanilla swirly chai thingy mabobs from fancy Starbucks. Yeah, Jeff. I mean, that's what I want to do. I really do want to do that. Yes, hit the thumbs up, folks. I haven't seen too many of Corey's videos lately. Huh, Annika. Not to take away from the salt talk, but I just lost a Tropheus Icola, the colony this morning. Hopefully I can stop this and get my ratio right. Alrighty, we'll check that out, Aqua Gods. Yes, hello, this is Bass from Mass here. I'll get it to talk. Hey, Mass, do you think angels can be kept comfortably in a 29? No. You can for like a year. I did have 2 angels, but I got them when they were like the size of a quarter. Excuse me. In a 29 gallon, but I absolutely knew I was getting a bigger tank. In fact, I had it. I was just setting it up. Angel fish will get this big. They will get as big as your palm. I had 5 in my 75, and it was like watching softballs swim around the tank. They will get huge, and it's just not fair to have an angel fish in a 29 because there's just no place for them to swim after. They need long areas to swim, and then they just like float around. Largemouth bass all the way, for sure. Oh, Rico, are you live streaming? I checked everybody's channel before I went on. I didn't even see any live streams, so sorry for that. Yes, Rico's always live streaming, but that's why I schedule my live streams at 9 because he usually live streams during the day. Michael live streams on Friday nights. So I figured I'll do it. Anytime I have a live stream, I try to do it. Like I know Devin does Mondays or Wednesdays, but when I do them, I try to do them at 9. That way it's after everybody's and I'm not stepping on anybody's feet. But I mean, it's like TV. If there's multiple live streams going and you want to watch friggin' Shameless, you can watch it. If you want to go watch Blacklist or NCAA March Madness or this or that, you can go down around to live streams and watch all different channels. You guys know me. My stuff is never really scheduled. Like it's like if I have time to shoot a video, I shoot a video. If I have time to, my wife's working tonight, kids are hopefully asleep. Hey, let's go live. Why not? Bluegills are pretty, Greg. Yes. Perch and pickerel, no pickerel, too big. Perch maybe. I believe I'm gonna start with bluegills and perch because they won't eat each other. They'll be the same size, and then I'll move on to a bass. Like if you have a bass, you really cannot have anything else in the tank. I know perch will eat small bluegill and anything, but or like some pumpkin seeds, something that will kind of like go together and grow together. Once the bass goes in there, all over. I mean, I suppose it's not like he's going to get to be like 7 pounds where he can swallow a 2-pound perch. Yeah, I hear that, Annika. It's almost live streams came on strong, like super, super quick. And how like everybody's live streaming all the time. So it's tough. When I first started live streaming, I was like, oh, can't go on. Like just people are on. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to live stream. I don't want to go when someone else is live streaming. But then I realized it's like TV. Like you have multiple channels to watch. JB, it is 9:39 in Massachusetts. Unless people get drunk and say stuff they don't want to. I don't really care. Like if you're live, you're live. It is what it is. Do you ever try to get to events like Rico did with Joey a couple weeks ago? No. I don't like to leave my house ever. No, I like to just do like local stuff with my family, and I don't like to travel like if I don't have to, and especially if it doesn't have a beach and ice cold Coronas. But I did go to the aquatic experience last year. I'm going this year, and my job my job and my family does not really allow me to travel all that much like that, like to just pick up and go away for 3 days. My wife is a nurse. She works nights. I have 4 kids. Like it's just extremely difficult to just be like, oh yeah, I'll go meet Rico and Joey at the in Florida, for the weekend. Like I just can't do it. One day. Jeff, you can multitask. Did you guys pick a winner from the Aquarium Box raffle you got at NEC? I got to meet Greg, awesome guy. Brian, I do not know. That's Greg is the hardest worker I do know. And he did that show by himself, so I'm sure he's got it all taken care of. He is a man with literally a million things to do at any one time. Dilly dilly, Lisa. What's up, JW? J-Dub. He wants a bluegill aquarium. Well, he's 17 away from 600 subscribers, so go over and subscribe to him and get him above 17. Give him 18, he'll be at 601. Wait a second. Is this Jeff B? Is JB Jeff B? If you are, please say so, because I would love to go to Maui. JB. Is that you, Jeff Bazzini? Is that you, my brother from another mother? Mike, so we're on a resort. So you're on a resort. Yeah, I stayed at the Zota Beach Resort. It wasn't like an all-inclusive, but it's a newer hotel. It was built in 2017. Absolutely beautiful. Right on the beach. You just walk out of your room, past the bar. You're standing on the beach. You know, it's like your own private. I mean, the beach is giant, but that's like the hotel's part. It was just really, really pretty. The Zota Beach Resort in Longboat Key, Sarasota, Florida. I'm not being paid by them. I would recommend anybody to go there for a little vacation. EAD. Of course it is. Love you, brother. You didn't respond. I sent you a couple pics of my fun last night. Where's my response? I thought you would have loved that. Yeah, that's funny. Annika, my sister-in-law, when I was posting Facebook pictures, she texted me her like emoji inside a jar of jelly. That was funny. Ghost Shrimp, a good cleanup crew for a 55-gallon plant. I've never kept Ghost Shrimp, so I do not know. But most shrimp are pretty good. I would go with a mono shrimp if you can. They are like super hard workers, as opposed to, I don't know, like red cherry shrimp are pretty good. I've kept those, but I haven't kept a whole ton of freshwater shrimp besides those two. Bamboo shrimp are really cool. They like have the hands or whatever are filters, and they just like look like big fans, and they just like and they just like filter through the water. Yep, that will be a blast. Annika, me and my wife brought my two sons when they were 5 and 3 to Aruba. They love it. They continue to ask till this day if we can go back soon. Now I want nachos too. Jesus. Yeah, they are really, really cool. That's another thing. Like if this native tank, if I can get small enough fish, then I can get like some crayfish and freshwater crabs. All the stuff that you would see. Another option, although this would be a lot more difficult, is because there's an overflow at the top. So I couldn't do like a palletarium. That's not going to work. But I love all that kind of stuff: ponds, saltwater, freshwater, planted, you know, vivariums, paludariums, terrariums, like all that kind of crap. Like I won't keep like snakes or like poisonous frogs. That's probably not the safest thing to do with my kids in the house, but I'm fascinated by it all. Like I would love to just do my aquarium box full time, have a warehouse where me and Greg do all our stuff, and we have all these cool aquariums to shoot videos on and take care of, and it's like in our own my aquarium box warehouse. Like that would be amazing. Do I prefer salt or fresh? I literally am 50-50. I love them both. They both have their ups and their downs. They both have their frustrations and satisfactions. Um, I love setting up and aquascaping freshwater tanks because you can kind of get your justification quicker. Whereas saltwater, I do love aquascaping them, but you kind of have to be real smart on what corals you're picking, and then it just takes so long to grow them. But once that does happen, it's beautiful. So yeah, I like them both. 50-50. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, it is going to be a native tank. I've made up my mind. It's going to be native, and it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Jeff couldn't figure out his computer. I was supposed to interview this guy. You home? You next to a computer? I'll send you the link. You can come on. Yes, great point. Everyone should do a native tank. Gets you in touch with where you're from, what kind of flora and like just all the creatures that go around where you live. Anyone? Yes. Does anyone know someone with a warehouse in Massachusetts? Specifically for free would be awesome. How many fish would you feel comfortable keeping in a 37 tall? I know. I hate, no offense, gray fox, but I just don't know. I don't know like what kind of fish are you going to keep? Um, schools of tetras or like angels, rainbows. Like it depends on how big they get. It's really tough to when I get questions of this is how many gallons I have, how many fish can I keep? You want me to send you the link, my brother? Please give me a thumbs up, or you're all set and you'll stay in the chat. Let me know. You can seriously text me anytime. We text all the time. Yeah, I mean, that would be amazing to get everything in your area right into your tanks. What kind of light do you have on that tank behind you? It appears to be blasting light, but maybe this is the art of. Yes, the tank does not look like that in real life. It's the webcam, the angle it's at, and when you're here, it does not look like that at all. I know it's blasting, but it's only the camera, and I don't have a fancy camera where I can like play with everything to make it like look different. Yes, Greg, my webcam is crap, but it was free because there's also the same name of my street in another town. So sometimes I get Amazon packages for those guys, and they came, and I usually hold them for the guy for like 2 months, and he always comes and gets them. But there's a webcam he never came and got. So this was a free webcam. I am going to. Oh, now I got to remember his email. God damn it. Jeff, text me the email. I have to look through. Oh, you know what? It's probably in your info. Let's try that. Info. Oh no. Why is it not there? Text me the email. Oh, yeah, there it is. I knew it began weird. There you are. I only had to type in the first two. Inviting you. I just invited you through Hangouts, so that should be quick. That way I don't have to email the link. If that doesn't work, I'll try that. IFG in the house. Hey, what's up with you, IFG? I friggin' texted you like 3 times today on the WhatsApp. But thank you for being here. Talk to us about this native tank. Yes, I want to do a native bass tank. I cannot wait. Did that work, Jeff? Or do I have to? Let's try this. I can always try this. Copy. Go here. Here. Paste. Copy. Go here. Go here. And go here. Go here. Go here. Paste. Boom. Did I send it to you, Jeff? Okay, back to here. All right. I did send Jeff the Hangout. Let's see if he comes on. We did have this problem last time. It's the beer. It's clouding your vision. No, it's not clouding my vision. You're too busy now. You're too popular with your 12,000 subscribers. Too popular to get back to my text. No, I've never had that. Never tried that, Annika. Never connected multiple tanks. Yes, I am definitely going to catch the bass myself. I do need to read the rules and regulations, but see, Aqua, is it? Yeah, I do need to read the rules and regulations. Hey, Mike, just set up a 29-gallon tank. All tiger barbs. I have 4 in a 10-gallon. I'm going to put 1 angelfish. I'm interested in larger fish, or should I stay small? 29, you want to stay small. Maybe some small rainbows, like Precock rainbows are really, really pretty. Killifish. There's a lot of really pretty small fish that you can get. Yes, exactly, Philly. You got it. Yes, Roger, we can do whatever we want in Massachusetts, and I love it. Whatever we want in Massachusetts, and I love it. Who's that?
Does this work?
Yes, I can hear you.
Gee.
Here
I
is.
see. I see me in a little square. I don't know what it's supposed to do.
Whatever we want. There he is, that handsome fella. Who's that?
Let me turn this crap off so we're not doubling up.
Yeah, mute
What's up,
that
brother?
shit, son.
I'm gonna happen to have my fucking my fish food shirt on.
You can swear all you want. This is Mass
Oh yeah.
Aquariums. You know that. You can say whatever you want. If you happen to have any type of adult paraphernalia that you want to smack yourself in the face with, feel free. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
Let's introduce one of my brothers, Jeffy B, all the way from Hawaii. Old school YouTuber. Been on YouTube for a long, long time. And he's got his computer figured out this night. He looks happy to be here.
I'm happy. Yeah.
Go
What's up,
for it.
everybody?
Say hi, introduce yourself, tell them about your channel so they can go
Oh man.
subscribe and make you make videos again.
Jeff B was it or hashtag 808 fish keeper or Maui fish keeper. And that's it. I do videos from Maui. I've been keeping fish for a really long time, and how long I don't even know. I started keeping them when I started a family, because the family, as you know, takes a real huge toll on your house and your just organizational stuff. So fish tanks are beautiful. Kept them up, and that's really where that started. And I started filming it and goofing around with these guys, and definitely not for any real reason. I just liked. What's Jeremy? What was Jeremy's channel?
Angry Fishman.
Yeah. I figured he could do. He would do his thing, and I would offshoot and do something a little more heady, you know. And kept filming it and had good fun. Had good fun with you on your channel, making a total freak out of myself, and that's it. And then went through the life, and now I just don't care. I just don't care. I got stuff to show. I don't care to show it.
I miss those days. Those days were so easy. They were not about monetization or like companies, and they were just about having a good time. And who cares what's on camera? Do whatever you want. Now it's like, ugh, yeah. I share that video so much. It's like literally one of my favorite videos on the planet.
Yeah.
Please, folks, 18 and over. I always like to say that.
Oh my God.
I'm not responsible for what you watch. Go check out Jeff B's channel. and watch his Mass Aquariums ball busting video, and I promise you, you will crack up for the entire thing. It
I
is hilarious.
I just wish that every time I watch it, I wish I had gotten the audio better when we were doing the seven
Oh, with all
the part.
the wind in the
Oh,
background.
it was killing me. But other than that, it was just
Yeah, but
so
you worked
funny.
on that for us. You kept telling me, like, still working on it, still working. I was like, so long you worked on that thing. It was amazing.
I don't have any tech. You know what I mean? It was just me dinking around with whatever editor came on this same computer that should have broken a long time ago. You know, so I was begging Aaron to make me that little flash part when the mass turns into
The ass aquariums.
the, the phallus. You know, but yeah, that took a minute, and it was all so worth it and
We
so
watched it at the
ridiculous.
Aquatic Experience. I think I was texting you. I was like, oh, we gotta
Oh, for
watch it.
real?
With Peck Tech was there, and when Michael came, and we got Greg hooked it up to go on TV, and we watched it a couple times. It was friggin' funny. If
That's the one.
you would have loved hanging out with Sean Peck Tech. He is such our type of guy, and some of
I,
some of his stories from the past that I cannot say on this video were just absolutely amazing. Like nothing
oh my.
bad, folks. Just like really personal, funny stuff.
I got a ton of love for that guy. I still have him on Facebook, so we kind of keep up like that. But I mean, yeah, I got a ton of love for that guy. Someday, I'm so far out here, it's just like ridiculous. You know, we can I can go to stuff in Honolulu, but meeting up with you guys out there is a big event.
Yeah, my family will be there. I am. Oh, real
Bring it.
quick. Thanks IFG for the super chat. Where do I get my Java Moss? I forget. I think I just keep transferring it from tank to tank. But go hit up H2O Plants or Han Aquatics. Those are two good people that will have Java Moss. Sorry. I'm lucky my kids do not want to go to Disney World. And I don't want to go to Disney World, so I'm glad
Dude.
that they don't ask to go to Disney World because all that money that we would spend there, we're putting away to go to Hawaii because that's where we want to go.
Right,
And the
and
kids want to go
meanwhile,
there too.
yeah, and now here I am in Maui, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get my kids to Disneyland before they don't even give a shit anymore. You know what I mean? So that's the
It's kind
irony.
of we're kind of torn because we feel like, we're brainwashed to be like, well, we have to take them to Disney World, but I don't want to go there. My wife does not want to go there, and my kids don't want to go there, so we don't like talk about it a whole lot. Like, oh, we can get it because we don't want to go spend $20,000 to wait in lines for a week, and just I know what a nightmare it's going to be.
Dude, we've got sea turtles and whales and look, can you see out? You're not going to be able to see this, right? But look at this out my window. Look what I'm looking at. I keep gazing out. Can you see all the mountains and the mist and the
Yeah,
palm trees? Nice, dude.
it's absolutely gorgeous.
You
I
need to
told
come.
you when I went to Florida last week, like this feels good for me. This is like that's the mood I want to set every day. And even
Mm-hmm.
if shit hits the fan like it does, like you're not in 2 feet of snow and it's dark
You're not
for
going to
like
freeze to
20
death.
hours of friggin' day.
Yeah, that's correct.
And you
Yeah, that's
wake up and
correct.
it's dark and you go to work and then you leave and it's dark. Just dark,
That
dark,
noise,
dark all the
dude.
time.
I never understand it. I mean, it's like the old, like when I was young, it's like the videos of Ethiopia they used to show me. I'm like, dude, just start walking, you know? And I feel like same thing where you're like, dude, I never understand it. And I think you're so brave to face seasons like that, you know, because I don't have them. It's raining right now. It'll rain for a couple of weeks. That's winter, you know?
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
winter.
that's gorgeous.
It's great.
EWA Beach, I don't know that. What Unlucky Eddie, he's a guy from the Northeast. What he's saying. Jeffrey's busting chops saying palm trees, that must be terrible. Laugh
No,
out loud. This
no stuff.
sand that was in Florida was like quartz or something. And so it was powdery to the foot, but it didn't get hot with the sun. So the sun was blasted and the sand was always cool. I didn't
I don't
understand.
even.
It was magical.
Yeah, and then yeah. Could you when you got in the water, could you see your feet?
Oh yeah, it was totally clear.
That's the one right there.
Yeah.
See? That's stuff. I want to go out to Florida. I'd like to go out to
Florida,
Florida.
I would think is similar to, well, besides like jungles. I would think it would be the closest to Hawaii you can get in the United States without being in Hawaii, like water and temperature wise.
Yeah, I mean, I do it all wrong. I just go out there to eat whatever the hell's out there to eat, and then goof around in all the marshlands and check out all their invasive. I'd go fishing for knife fish, and I do weird things on my Florida vacation.
I didn't see any alligators, which was shocking. Maybe they're like not out and about, but I was hoping to
Uh-huh.
see some. I've been to Florida like 10 times, but never just like literally the whole vacation. Our itinerary was to wake up and drink and fall asleep several times during the day and then eat dinner and then go to bed. Because
Mission
I haven't been on
accomplished.
vacation in over 13 years without kids. So I was like, what do we do? Like, we don't have to do anything. It's gonna
You went without
friggin'
kids?
yeah, it was our first vacation with no kids
Ooh, very cool.
in almost 15 years. So it was like
Oh my
literally
goodness.
just chill and just like, you want to do anything? Nope. You want to do anything? Nope. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna
Done.
watch nothing for 15 hours. I don't care. Just gonna sit here. It was the best. It was the most like decompressing vacation like ever. Just really needed and necessary.
This is funny. I just logged back onto your thing because I didn't want the sound to double up, and I realized I don't have to have the volume on. It's just I don't see you. Is it supposed to be that way?
What do you mean you don't see me?
I just see my squinting at you and looking ridiculous. I don't see
You
you at all.
you just click on my thing and then you'll just see me.
It's my thing, brother. Ask your group what they see. I see you
Oh.
on my. We're video chatting on my phone, but I think I may have just taken over your whole thing.
No, I mean
It's the Jeff B show now, boy.
now it's the Jeff B show anyway. I can control what watch. How's that? Is that better? Now do you see me?
I'm watching your live feed. It's all me.
Well, oh well.
God, that looked good.
See, now it's me.
Bingo.
I had you
Hey.
clicked on. See, I have complete control over who people want to watch. So if you want to see
Oh.
Jeff B's sexy face, you just let me know. Usually the way Google Hangouts works is whoever's watching the live stream can click on whoever they want. But when we're on, if I click on you, you're going to be on the live stream because I'm seeing you. If I click on me,
uh,
then I'm back on.
uh-huh.
But for
Great.
us, it
Well,
should be
as long as you know it.
Oh, I mean,
As long as you
I'm
know what it
awful.
is.
I'm absolutely awful at this. Anyway, I could be all wrong. Let's see if anybody has any questions.
Let me show you this pond I started.
I've been following on Facebook.
Oh man, I don't shoot nothing now. So I got this. These are right out of the river. Rainbow fish, ribulatus, and they're
Gorgeous.
massive. They're massive, dude. Look at my finger, bro. I don't know. I'm kind of shooting this backwards from the selfie side, but they're massive. The
Yeah,
coloration's okay. It's actually a little bit weaker than I would expected, but I mean, where I got them, I trust them. So I'm pretty excited about these. I just got everything out of this tank, so they own it now. And I got this little messy little action going.
the
So
tank
this is set
looks
up.
absolutely crystal clear.
Oh yeah, and you know what? It's just sponges. I did a water. I don't, dude. I'm really being really bad these days, and that's probably why, because I know I'm not filming it. So I mean, I'll scrub them, maybe once a week. I just did a water change, so it's more settled than anything. But I'm just doing sponges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, running in here, and that's it. But I don't want to deal with filters anymore. And this tank, you can't see anything, but I got all the creepy creepies in here.
Oh, it
I'm just trying
looks.
to
I love
cabin.
that. Just clear, crystal clear water look. Amazing.
Cool. That's
We have
great that
people.
it looks like that from there. Doesn't from here.
Oh, it looks awesome from here. We got people in the chat yelling at me. Show him. What the fuck? Show him. Show his face. Show his tanks.
That's crazy. Well, here's tanks. So this is
Are those Bosemani, I'm guessing.
Trifasciatus. And these are just jammy. They're not special. They're just the kind.
So I know Are all rainbow fish from Australia, or are they also native to where you are?
No, I have no rainbows out here. Rainbows, uh, yeah, different parts of Australia and some in Papua New Guinea and Madagascar.
That last tank you showed didn't have a bunch of rainbows in it?
Yeah, it did. That's the Trifasciatus and some lemon tetras that aren't lemony at all, and a couple swordtails. And I have a bunch of young plecos. I have some Thunderline royals, but they're too tiny to put with anything. Look, it's just storming here. It's so funny. Um,
Let's
but
see
they're
this
too
pond.
small to put with anything. Yeah, it's
Can't
what is
wait to
that?
see it live. Let's see the pond.
Yeah, okay, here it is.
Cool. Wow.
And this is all just. I don't even.
No, you're breaking up a bit. You're losing connection, so just show the do video.
Oh, maybe I'm too far out.
Oh no, you're good again.
Oh, there goes Bash. But he's good. He'll come up now and kind of stare at you. I think he's lonely out here, quite frankly.
Is that the only fish in there?
No, I have some just basic silver guppies that I got in here where I started the cycle. And when I say cycle, it's a little bit rough because I took a whole bunch of filter media out of the main room, a lot of the sponges, and put it in here. So it wasn't necessarily a cycle, but pond-wise, as far as the algae and everything else, it kind of was. So I started them out here, and then I have a giant gourami. Oh, there's Bash. Can you see him?
Yeah, to the left.
Right up.
Are your Facebook posts, are they like late or something? Because the last time I didn't see, is that all duckweed? Like what's in there?
Nah, I haven't been. I've been kind of avoiding Facebook. It has such a value for being able to keep up with these Facebook fish friends, but boy, Facebook is so full of shit, and I just can't. I don't want to absorb everybody's negativity. There he is. Hey, buddy. Are you gonna bite my finger? Go for it. I don't know. You can see that, Mike. So it's a start. I'm gonna put a passion fruit vine up here to the sunlight from hitting it so directly. The lady's tree next door works pretty good, but
So is that duckweed? Is that what's on top?
say it again, Bob.
Is that duckweed? Is that what's on top of the pond?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you can see these poles. I got the 3 here. I'm going to run line in between them and then circle the line and then grow that. I call it lilikoi. You'll probably know it as passion fruit, but it grows up as a vine. And if I can keep that vine centered there, I don't have to worry about all the leaves dropping so much, and I'll get fresh fruit, and it'll keep the sunshine directly off the
So you're
theme.
gonna grow passion fruit? Because that just sounds amazing.
No, that's standard. I have it. I had it at the other house. I grew a really beautiful awning out of it, and it's killer. You know, it stays. It kind of drops a few leaves, but whatever. You just gotta man up and rake your yard. You know, but it works out really well. So I think we're gonna do that pretty soon. And I found my those blocks. Oh, look at them splashing! Hey, you punk! But I found those same blocks. I'm gonna wrap the. I'm gonna wrap this pond in the same blocks that I have out here in the back, right? So it kind of look unified. I don't know if you can see that, but I found them real cheap, so I got to get that pretty soon. These pavers, and then it won't look, because I mean, you know, to me, I see this as a great accomplishment, but to the layman eye, some of the yards. So I think when I wrap it, it'll have that better effect to it.
Yeah, but I mean, you can just, it's a work in progress. You can like add more stones so you don't see the blue, or just like putt around it. It's like, it's something to do. It's fun.
Oh, it's well, and it's once I wrap it with stones, it's an investment in the home. You know, before that, it's just this freak with a tub in his yard. But once you wrap with the stones, it looks good. I saw you splashing, big boy. What?
I love the fact that you're gonna grow passion fruit and it's standard, but I suppose that's like me like growing apples.
Right, exactly. I can't pull that kind of stuff off here. I don't get the cold. You know what I mean? That cold really requires, even up country, they try and grow peaches up there and they suck. Oh, they suck. And everybody tries to sell you a Hawaiian peach, just smack them right in the face. They're lying to you.
My grandfather grew all that. Apples, peaches, friggin' rhubarb, all the cold weather fruit. He grew
That's
like
the
crazy.
that's the move. I'm telling you what, eat your yard, because otherwise what? You're just paying for grass and watering it and raking it. Bullshit.
I like it.
Yeah,
I got a lot of
all right.
property now, so I like green grass. And I like to fire golf balls into the woods off my grass.
Yeah, yeah, but you also got the space to grow stuff out there to eat too, man. Might as well.
We had a nice garden in the old house for years, and it was good, but it never produces like enough to like save you any money that you're watering. It just tastes good.
I don't know. I think it depends on how you do it, man. I think we had a small lettuce thing. I mean, shit, we were eating salad all the time. It's just a matter if it's like anything else you're growing, right? I mean, if you really put the time and learn how to maximize what you're doing, you can get it there.
Lettuce,
Especially with
yes.
something like that. I mean, something even like a lilycoy vine. You'll see it soon, dude. Once that thing starts and really gets going, it's ridiculous. It just throws fruit all over the place.
What happens is the season of growing is so short that it takes all summer to grow like the tomatoes and the squash. So you only like get to eat a bunch of it like at the end of the summer, like in like
Right.
August,
Okay.
September.
Yeah. You
Not
really
enough
work the
to, like-
harvest thing.
Yeah, it's like you plant it, you water it, and then like 5 months goes by, and then you get to like you get to eat it.
Get your tomato, right?
Yeah. Look, I got 3 tomatoes, only one's cracked.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Well, fuck it.
Yeah,
See, all the
exactly.
more reason to come here. You can grow all year round.
Well, now I can grow stuff all year round, just not edibles.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I guess you just gotta find your niche, right? This phone's trying to die on me. Yeah, so that's what's going on outside. This is what's going on inside. I'll show you these guys. They all stashed though. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, it's definitely not show worthy, but it provides everybody enough green space to hide behind, and they feel natural and they feel good in it. So that's okay. And these guys are all young too. I have these Ember Tetras in here that are faring okay, so far.
So this is what I'm trying to get back to with this giant native tank, is just because I've always loved the way your tanks look. Like, yeah, you can have jungles like in a tank where there's just like all plants and jungle and like nothing, but I love just having simple filtration, crystal clear water, fish that you actually want to look at because they're just bombing around left and right, and you can like check them out. I go over to my tank and like the rummy nose and the cardinals just dart off into the jungle, and then I don't get to look at anything anymore like I did with my big 75. There's just nothing.
Yeah, it is, and it's about that personality too. I mean, some fish just feel a certain way in a certain tank, and it's hard sometimes to guess it until you see it. I try and go as big on the tank as I can deal with, because I don't know. I've just done it enough times where I know they're going to grow into it, or at least, even with a place to hide, at least they got that place to hide if they want, But this is how it works for me. I do like it. I can't do I really don't have it in me to do the real big, heavy aquascaped things, where you're tying the Rekia onto rocks and all that heavy Amano style action. I mean, I just don't have it in me, and I don't have time to do the upkeep.
I think that's why a lot of people do those nano aquascapes now, is because they can like handle it.
Sure. Yeah, I totally understand that. But even for me, like dude, if the amount of time I'm putting into it right now, I mean, aside from basic, like I'll do my water changes and that's fine, but I'm not clipping anything. Like you can see this thing is pulled away. That's supposed to be over here. Like, this is supposed to be here. So I'd move it here, but I'm not going to move it today. Maybe tomorrow, you know. So I'm not going to bother with that because that's just where it landed, and that's that's where I'm at, dude. Right now, I'm not gonna.
We
I'm
got
not gonna do.
one of my moderators, Lisa, says I think she's from Canada. She would love to get her hands on some passion fruit. And then we have another comment asking, what is the hole in the background there?
Oh man. Okay, so this tank used to have purple in it, right? And purple was my flower horn and a good buddy of mine. And when I
Rest in
had this,
peace.
I had the Baphomet. Yeah, big time. I had the Baphomet, that crazy heavy metal satanic symbol right in the back. And at the time I was trying to play with backgrounds because I paint everything black traditionally, and I just got over it. And so in doing that, as off-putting as it was visually for people who give a shit, I don't. It was still cool because I had it offset with this picture hanging thing that gave it just about a quarter inch. So then I took LED light and wrapped it around the kind you can get from Amazon and changed color. And so I was able to change the lighting separately on the symbol that I would as the light down from the top. And so, for him, he was so ruckus and he was so rough and tumble that all made sense as far as a tank and a presentation between the fish and the tank. And then he passed away, and now it's a big hole in the back of my tank. So yeah, I actually do have to. I tried to put the thing back, and it didn't make sense with this, so I'm going to paint it. And you caught me on it.
I kind of like it. Someone mentioned it's like a porthole.
Well, what's funny is you can see here. Hang on, this is going to look a little weird, but you can actually see the pond. Can you see that at the back?
Oh yeah.
So the what's really weird is the lemon tetras get super excited about it. Like when this is open, sometimes you'll see them gathering by the glass and they're looking out the window. So it's kind of put me off from painting it because I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's something in their life that's different. They can like look out the window instead of being stuck here looking at my living room and me looking at them. So
It's got to stay.
yeah.
You can't paint it.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I can leave them a little square somewhere. I don't have to leave a big massive hole in the back of the tank.
You just tape a piece of cardboard over the back and then lift it up like once a day for them.
Yeah, that's sexy. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. It's kind of funny though, huh? Look at it.
Commenting, someone said it looks like the Death Star from Star Wars.
Yeah, right? That's funny. See? Look them.
I love how simplistic the tanks are, and believe me, I'm not trying to like just fill the live stream with nonsense comments. I've always loved how simple the filtration and how water quality and the fish that you keep are different than what other people keep. And I think you should share it a little bit more often on YouTube when you're bored, or if you.
I'd like to. You know what I really enjoyed about it was that look at the lemons. Look at them. It's so funny. What I did enjoy about it was the editing. I always got off on goofing around with that. So I mean, it's a time thing, bro. I mean, I think now that I'm getting a little bit more set up, you know what I mean. This last year's been really gnarly, but it's not so gnarly right now. So I find myself with a little more mind space to, be creative and do stuff. So it's a possibility, but I'll tell you what, it's not going to look like this when I turn on a camera.
Oh, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it looks like way dirtier or something, but it looks like crystal. There's no I don't see anything looks good.
Yeah, my water's good, but I like to have stuff themed too. Like if I'm going to show it off, like I don't know, I used to have at least I don't know if anybody noticed, but my intention was to have everything themed. So now it's just sort of a fish focused, if that makes any sense.
It does. That's why I want to do the native is like you have Bash out there. Like I want a bass and I want him to be my friend.
Oh, dude.
So that I can have a fish that I come down and he sees me and he knows what's up and he wants to interact and Not a lot of small fish do that. You know what I mean? They know they're getting fed. Yeah, that's about it.
Right. And well, they know where the food's coming. Then that's the first thing. But I mean, with Bash, there's just something you can see. He's like, I don't know. Dovi are rambunctious. You know what I mean? They just do stuff because they have attitude. And they got a they've copped an attitude, so they're gonna splash around and they're gonna do whatever. But I don't know. For me, I felt like he deserved that, and I can't get rid of him here. You know, you guys are. There's one very lucky thing where you guys are out there and you have each other to share with. We're stuck out here, and nobody knows how to deal with a Dovi. Really, you know, maybe it's in Honolulu. It's probably different, but on Maui, I know 3 guys who could, and they just don't want it right now, and that's it.
I don't even have any local fish stores around me anymore. Three
No.
closed within the last 2 months, and I can't. It take me an hour to get to a fish store.
That's rough.
It's all going to be online now.
Yeah, we got one struggling here, and then Petco came, but you know, that's just whatever it is. So anyway, I got hospital in here, and then this I had shrimp in here, painted fire red shrimp, but they dwindled down, and I just had one. And then
What's down below that? Is that a sump or is that just another tiny tank?
Down here, no, it's just a tiny tank. I was using it as a hospital tank, and I guess in a way I still am. So that's just running down here. There's actually a very small swordtail that I didn't know was in there anymore. And then all of a sudden I saw it looking out the glass at me. So I got to take all that crap out and get it out. But
thank you.
Yeah, so that's just.
Hold on one sec, Jeff. Just have to
man.
say thank you to Sandy for the super chat. I appreciate it.
See?
Whip, whip. Go for it. Continue.
That is in fact a hospital tank, yeah. And then above I had those shrimp, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's just open right now, so who knows?
Well, I love every bit of it. I love to look at stuff like that, but I do need to keep myself in check. I think 4 tanks would be the absolute maximum. Otherwise, it's just like after everything's done at night, like I just enjoy, like, you know what I enjoy, and like I don't want to stay up all night taking care of fish tanks.
Dude, I tell you, let me pull back and show you this system as best I can from a distance. Like I am so. Every day I walk by this and I think to myself, you know, I could probably just do 125. You know, and I'm just every day I think about it because it's like at the old house, bro. That was 1,000 gallons, all in just different fish tanks, and I had it 360 degrees around the garage. You know, and that's ridiculous the amount of time it took, especially if I'm not trying to make money off it.
Well, electricity. And then water changes alone, like it just becomes a labor and not a love.
Absolutely, 100%, and that's why I think maybe it's a natural thing, and I don't know if it's always been, but I know it is now. Is to sort of get excited, and overdo it, and I'm coming very happy to step real far away from that now. And I know that's kind of crazy because they have this big tub with a Dovi in it out the back, but yeah, this is scaled down compared to the other place for sure.
I think if you can make it like user friendly, for instance,
Sure.
like my last house, I had 1 million tanks, and it was not. They were in the basement. I didn't have a sink in the basement, so I could only take out water from the tanks with buckets, but I could refill the tanks with the Python, like running from the sink upstairs.
I remember that.
But I would literally have to carry buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets and buckets. But if you can set up your place where you can run a Python and remove as much water as you want from as many tanks as you want, and then add it very, very simply,
sure,
you can make it happen. And not. But me, I was just like, I'm done with this, man. I can't do this anymore. Too many.
Yeah, and it is. It just gets to the point where it's ridiculous. So I mean, this is manageable because the top is just rainbows. You know, the bottom's those monsters. I'm trying to get some fish to throw in there right now. And then the other side's rainbows. I mean, rainbows take very, you know, as long as you keep your water clean, they take very little, I think.
Yeah, I love rainbows.
I'm trying to do two things. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I lost you.
My kids put the cutting board.
Huckleberry is going crazy back here.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Mayhem. I love that.
What's the matter, Huckies? What's the matter, Hucky boy? Oh, what's the matter?
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's see, who's in the chat here? Matthew, how's it going? Lisa's talking about her tanks. I would disagree. I love the Python. I wish I could use it, but when I moved into my new house, all the sinks have these stupid fancy faucets, and I can't hook it up to any of them. So even with my 40 behind me, I'm still bucketing it. I'm bucket for life. That's all I do is carry buckets around.
Buckethead.
Yeah, I'm a big giant bucket head.
Yeah, I'm over that. I'm over that nonsense. But I've always been spoiled like that because I had it right in my garage, right? So I would just run the hose out the door, and right back in. Same thing here. And our climate too is I don't have to worry about warming it too much because it's kind of pretty much what it's going to be.
Well, I was gonna say I can't like run the hose out. I can't even turn outside water on for another month.
Yeah, that's right.
In November, we shut all the outside spigots off that you would like wash your car with and all that crap. We have to pressurize flush my irrigation system because you can't have any of the sprinklers filled with water or they bust. And then you have no outside water at your house until roughly April, like middle of April. We can turn it back on. Cause yeah, so like you're out, it could be like friggin' February and like you get like a day where it's like 50 and you're like, I'd love to wash my car, but I have no water. So fuck it.
Are you seeing this guy while you're talking?
Yeah. Is that the clown knife?
No, sir. Abba knife.
How big is that thing gonna get?
That will get in nature can get up to 5 feet.
How many feet?
5.
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, he's so simplistic. He's just got this coloration like a shark. He looks like a dolphin angel eel or something crazy to me, you know, and he flies like a little superhero with his little arms out, whatever, but he's not trying to save you.
What's he eat? What'd you just give him for food?
A butterfish or just whatever. I go get frozen stuff from the supermarket. It's affordable. He really just does not care for pellets. And I think pellet training is kind of torture for some animals. So I don't play that game.
Yeah, I mean, what's like a frozen in the frozen section probably costs you like $7-8. Must last you like a week, right, or more?
Oh, easily. A couple weeks, easy. Because I mean, I just tidbit it. You know what I mean? I'll give some to Bash. He doesn't really care. He loves pellets. So really, it's for this guy. And I've tried different things, you know, mussels and whatever, but this just seems to work best.
It doesn't even look like it's really like messing up the tank either. Like it's not like falling apart and like getting all cloudy and crap. Seems to stay pretty whole.
Super minor. It's super minor. And this is all sponge filtration too. So bear in mind, other than water changes, I'm not taking anything out. So it processes okay. It processes okay.
And when you do, for people that are curious, because I know inquiring minds want to know, when you do a water change, are you taking the sponges out of the tank and rinsing them off in the sink, or you just?
No, absolutely not. No. What I do is,
are they cheap enough?
I don't clean my sponges. I don't clean them that often, but when I do take them out, and I'm going to say that's going to be maybe roughly every 2 water changes, I squeeze them and rinse them out in the outflow of water. Because again, I'm just hosing this out into my yard, so I'm watering my grass with it basically and whatever else. And so that that outflow doesn't have anything I need to worry about. It's, you know, aside from being, you know, used water, it's not full of whatever the hell is coming out of my tap. So I never put fresh water in these. I just rinse them out with the outflow. And that's really sufficient because when you squeeze them out, it's absolutely disgusting. And so yeah, that's pretty much it.
I do
And
know
then
how disgusting they sponges are. It is another great question because it's very interesting in sponge filter tanks is like when you're running hang-on back filters. Oh, look at the fish going through the thing. If you're running hang-on back or canisters, you know, you have some sort of biological media in them. When you're running sponge-only filters, do you feel like what in your tank you have that is porous, that is going to colonize beneficial bacteria to take care of the ammonia in your tank?
Well, I mean, that's why, you know, for one little minute, I started doing bare bottom tanks, and you know what? I hate it. I don't like it. This one up top is a bare bottom tank, and the bottom line for me is it's a shit bottom tank, and I don't like it, you know, because I have that kind of eye where I'll find the thing I don't like the most about the tank and just stare at it, despite whatever else is great about the tank. And so for me, generally, and if for anyone wants to go back and look at an old video, I got a bunch of stuff in the tank. And so I think the texture in the tank is what holds it. You know, I'll generally have big pieces of wood. I took all the wood out of this because it's now in the pond. This is now stripped down. But, you know, pots and rocks, and wood, and the sponges hold it too. And, you know, that's why, you know, I don't rinse them out in the sink, is because anything that's holding on in those sponges is going to get killed in the sink.
Right. The tap water will just destroy it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't do that. So I mean, my sponges stay strong. All the crap in the tank stays strong. Got pots, got grass, got sand, got wood. It's all holding something. Because it doesn't float in the water. I mean, the amount of bacteria you're going to get in the water is like almost nothing compared to what's hanging onto the side of a rock. And bear in mind, I mean, a rock is not a piece of gravel or bio rock, but either way, it's a rock. It's got a whole bunch on it. Works in a river, it'll work in your tank.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But people that are watching, some people want to know. Maybe some people
it's all good.
don't mind. My newest 13.5 gallon reef tank that I set up 4 months ago, I'm doing a bare bottom and I love it, but I did put a bunch of media in one of the chambers of it's like one of those fluval Evos, and so it's got almost like a big overflow box or 3 chambers, and I filled one of them up with media because I'm doing bare bottom. And you know, the rock, especially with salt water, can hold most of what you need, but it's always good to have a little media in that.
Yeah, you got something. And bear in mind though, so this is off to the side here, but I spot filter right now. So the one that has all this little fish and the rainbows and whatever else in it, you know, this has, what you don't see is one dull-eyed royal pleco. Oh no shit! Look at that. One dull-eyed royal pleco, 2 thunderline royals that are young, 1 young male bristlenose pleco. This whiptail cat. There is 2 small banjo catfish in here. So there's a lot of poopers in here. So this one I do spot filter with one of these. This was the not the after run where it was the sun, but what was the first thing?
I've never owned a sun.
Oh no, it was before Aquatop, maybe.
Aquatop's still around.
Yeah, it's still around, but everybody, they made it and everybody else made the exact same thing. So this is I'm just telling you how old it is, I guess. So that's the Aquatop, and I spot filter with this, and this has got all kinds of good stuff in it.
I'd love to do a little Q&A with you for fish keepers and inquiring minds want to know if you'd be willing, or if you have to go, you let me know.
Yeah, no, the only thing is my phone is telling me I got a handful of percentage, so I got to go upstairs away from the tanks, which is not cool. Like, look at this guy. I love these things. You know, I'm telling you what, though, I, I don't grow fish fast. This guy, I've had this guy for quite some time, and he's still so small. But they're fat. They eat. But I'm telling you what, I had this idea. I'm going to breed royal plecos. And it's just, I'll be dead before I get these things big enough to breed. So
Yeah, or zebra plecos, right? I think Joey
oh,
breeds the zebras.
yeah, that's right, huh? Danny.
Yep, Danny.
Yeah, Joey, but Danny. I never got that, but that's fine. Yeah, he kills it. He does okay with it. I know guys. I mean, guys try that stuff. They'll buy thousands of dollars over time worth of those fish, and they just can't. And you know, sometimes they don't go, and it's a real trip. God bless the guys who can get them and make them work. Oh, look at that! Now we're plugged in. Everything. Yeah, if you can get anything to breed, that's great. But my ideas of being a big breeder are like, whatever.
I don't even want to deal with breeding fish ever. Like when they breed, I'm like, oh, if it happens, I'm like, shit, that sucks. Like I really wish I could just kill the babies, honestly.
It's cheap food. A lot of guys are like, I go that route too. You know, when they call for food and call it food.
Yeah, I mean, if they survive, they survive. Usually I let them do whatever, but I mean, anyway, I want to ask you a few questions because I love to do Q&A, and I wanted to do this with you the other night, and we didn't get to. So, my first question I wanted to ask 20 minutes ago, what goes through your mind, and this is like not like a standard question, when you buy fish, do you go to the store to like buy a certain, like I'm looking for this fish, or does it just catch your eye and you're like, yep, I'm going to fill my tank with that? Let me make this a little easier for you. I always go to stores looking for a specific fish. And if something catches my eye, can't do it.
I do what I can at my local store, but you know, my fish keeping has gotten to a point where I am just asking for a lot. I'm asking for a lot, and they do what they can. And so we have, you know, because of where we are out here and the legality of bringing in and shipping out fish, you know, really motivated keepers end up being importers, because you just have to license yourself at some point. And so I honestly have made some friends that do that, and I kind of turn to them because of the ability for them to be liquid with what I want. You know what I mean? There's some stores that just look, man, their list is what it is. That's it, and they go through this one purveyor, and they can't juggle, or they won't. You know what I mean? Just whatever. There's a bunch of different situations. So that's what I do, and what goes through my mind lately is will this fish die if I buy it? Like, what is going to kill this fish?
Well, so that's one of the comments is where he's just Roger just said Aqua God says you'll be disappointed if you work only that way. To me, like if you just go for a specific fish, but let me say,
but
I've done the complete opposite, where I used to just pick any fish that looks great, and most of the time I killed it because I didn't know what the water parameters were, or how big it was going to get, or what it needs to eat. I'm just like, oh my God, that fish is friggin' dope. I want it right now. Put it in a bag. I'm taking it home.
That's right. And you know, I got into this thing where I realized that most of the stuff I ended up buying can't live with other stuff. You know, you have tropical fish with Asian fish, and things that are going to grow 5 feet, like the ABBA. You know, these things are all cute as heck in the store, and they end up being real predators, or just things that deserve their own space. So I ended up going like really like species oriented, or as close as I could to it. But at least in temperament. So yeah, when I look for fish, it's really specific, and I'm looking to set up something as close as I can, and then I have to kind of adhere to what I have too, because it's just it's tropical here, and I'm not going to cool a tank for an Asian fish. They just need to kind of warm up, you know, and deal with it. I don't do
Yeah,
heaters.
that should save you a ton of money.
I have to. I mean, there's one time of the year when it swaps over, when it's good to have them hanging in your tanks, but the rest of the year, for me, at sea level, total waste of electricity. If you're up
That
country, the hill, sure.
that's why I want to do this native tank. I mean, my electric bill alone just for fish tanks and whatnot is way too high. It's like above like what it should be for the for the winter time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm cheap. That was the whole point of the main filtration system with that big Danner air pump, because that was the point of it. Is I'm sick. I can't run two of those Aqua Top or Sun styled filters for every tank, plus a hang on black back, and expect to feed my kids. I just can't do that, you know. So I went with the one big air system, and good or bad, it's worked okay. You know, it works for me.
I So flushing through the comments here, yes, I used to always just buy fish impulsively. If I had my phone, I'd like look it up real quick. But am I really like at that moment, am I debating like whether it's a good decision, or am I just like, I can probably get that, get that, get that, get that. Yep, that parameter should be good. Okay, what the fuck? I'll buy it. Like, looks good. Let's get it. Put it in
Totally.
the tank. You know, a couple. Ooh, look at this algae bleenie. It's so cool. I don't even have any algae for the thing to
Right.
now what?
Right.
And then the
That's
thing just
that's
spins up
triple
and you
nose and clean tank move.
kill it.
Yeah.
All right. There was okay, I did want to ask you this. Do you still watch other people's YouTube channels, or are you just like doing you right now? What's going on?
I am recovering from a pretty gnarly thing that can happen in a person's life, and right now it's the amount of time that I spent making and watching YouTube videos was crazy. Like, to me, it feels crazy now, and I'm so like I know who I'm talking to. I know who I'm talking to, but it just feels crazy. So now that I'm kind of back on my feet and rolling again. Um, I will watch a couple. Like, I'll watch, like I watched Psychedelic Babe's video. She got a new product for her algae issue or whatever it is, and I watched that, and then I watched yours because you're my guy. You know what I mean? And Jay put one out that I watched. So yeah, I mean, I'll watch them here and there, but not at the rate that I used to. Just definitely not at the rate that I used to, and I don't make videos. I shot two videos in the last 3 months that I deleted.
Just put them up there. Who cares?
I just, you know what, the content is weird. It's, you know, when I used to film, I don't know what it was, but there was a confidence and a wackiness that I just don't have right now. Dude, I don't want to show people shit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I
Well,
look back at myself smack with a dildo and I'm like, oh, we can take a break for a minute. Like I just.
well, the thing is there's a fine line between, you know, needing to be relevant and put out videos for a monetarily reason, as
Mm,
well as like I go through spurts where I'm just like, I don't feel like shooting any videos. I don't feel like doing it. And then you go on
mm,
like that little kick where you're like, oh, I want to shoot this video, but I don't edit. So it's very easy for me to transition from a quick shoot this video and put it online. Like it's seconds. It like happens like that. Because
yeah.
I'm not gonna bother with all the editing process. I probably could make my videos better, but you know, I like life and I like playing catch with my kids and doing other stuff besides spending those hours.
Dude, I got a lot of work to do and I got money to make, baby. And then the time I don't have that I'm not doing that, of course, like I want to play with these guys now, especially that it's become having them in my life has become such a different. The perspective of it all has changed. You know what I mean? So now the time is like, oh, I got filming. I got time to film right now. It'll
So
come. I mean, it'll come. You know what else is weird? I was thinking while you were talking, and I'm in my head while you were talking. I'm listening to you, and this little voice went, "Shut the fuck up." And it only happened because I love you, right? So, and then and what that means to me is it's funny that like we were talking about, talking about Jeremy, and I just said Jay and whatever. Making those videos, there was a process that happened where I actually feel a real sense of peace right now. And that sounds really weird, but like I made this small handful of friends that are actually friends. You know what I
so
mean? And I'm so satisfied just with that there's maybe there was an urge that was there that I just don't like. Maybe
no,
I gotta
it's
get.
weird. It's very weird, and this will segue into one of these other questions I wanted to ask you. I know it
Oh,
might even piss you off, but
please.
like it's almost like there's classes like high school. Oh, Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, baby.
It's almost like this, like we came up in our class of YouTube. Okay, there's certain people that we all came up together. We
Totally.
started videos together, became
So,
friends, and like there's very, very few, and I mean like less than 0.5% of people that I related with and made the choice to maybe take that relationship to the next level. You being one of them,
mm,
maybe one to like 4 people. I don't know
sure.
that I talk to all the time that I feel comfortable with sharing with, that, I never even met in person, but I knew that if I did meet you in person, it would be like we've known each other for years, like
Hmm.
literally years. And those type of cliques, I think, still exist. I just don't think maybe if they're as strong as like when like that particular year of the 1 or 2 years of YouTube when all of us came, like, I mean, you know the people who they are that we all came up together. There's been people that shooting for years, new people that come,
Yeah,
but that one little group of that block was something special. I thought it was just
I,
a good
absolutely.
time to be on
I could
YouTube.
not. I totally agree with that. And the proof of it is I have most of them on my Facebook. Liking my kids' pics right now. You know what I mean, or whatever. Totally personal, random brain explosions I have that I probably should not post. But like, and that's the proof of that for me. But I don't know. I have to yield to your judgment because again, I'm just not really in the scene, so much anymore. But if that's true, cool.
Well, I do have to. So this is going to lead into this question because I felt like when we started YouTube, and I am humble and extremely grateful for all the subscribers and followers I have, but by no means did I start it wanting to get there. But I felt like it was such a grind. Like and please, I know you're gonna, me and you can talk about your subscriptions later. But I'm just hitting 30 something
I have
thousand,
no
right?
idea how many.
And
You have what?
I'm grinding,
Do you have how
grinding.
many fucking subscribers? What did you just say to me?
I think like almost 33,000.
Do they give you a medal or a hug or a
All right,
fucking?
no, no, no. I'm just saying. Just let me finish.
Okay, that's
So
cool.
yeah, that's awesome. But I'm like grinding, grinding, grinding at it, and like nonstop grinding to
You
get
never stop.
there. And
You never stop.
people nowadays seem to like go from zero to like thousands of subscribers like overnight, and it's just like
In the fish
crazy
community?
in the fish community.
In the fish community?
In
No
the fish
shit.
community. 1 minute you're at like 50, and then like literally 2 weeks later you're at like 10,000, and then like
Yeah.
it's just it's a grind. So here's my question for you: are you ever jealous? And this is kind of tough because you're not into the YouTube scene that much anymore. Are you ever jealous of
Mm.
these new channels that climb so fast, where you've been doing this for so long and are still at where you're at? And let me give you the
Reminder, like
brain set of like, let's say that you are actively in YouTube at this moment and you're making weekly videos and you're in it and it's just not, you know what I mean? It's just not growing.
I don't think. I think honestly, if I kept going, if the trajectory had stayed the same now, dude, I'd be at like 3,000 subscribers, which is nothing. Like I was at 12. We like had to push so hard for 12, and I just 100 that is, and No, I have no jealousy, dude. If you're killing it, you kill it. That's a life perspective, dude. Like if someone's doing good by themselves in the world and they're getting some affluency from it, fuck yeah, make it, do it. You know, if you've done something good for yourself and you found a hook, or maybe maybe we grew the market. You know what I mean? There was a lot of videos. There's a lot of reason to look at the YouTube fish community for information, entertainment. It's fucking hours and hours and years worth of videos you could sit down and watch as a new subscriber to say, oh, I want to keep a fish. What does YouTube have for me? Oh my God, you could watch till you're dead. And I don't know. I no. To answer your question, sorry, bro, I ramble. No, I'm not jealous in any way, shape, or form.
I'm a
But
rambling
a
man myself.
side question to you is maybe the industry grew in such a way where it's just different now.
Well, I just
I
see like people like Joey is huge, but he's been doing this forever,
Joey Young or DIY Joey.
DIY.
Oh
But
yeah, but he's
on the other
so
on the other hand, you have Dustin, and I like to call them both like sort of like the godfathers of like the fish keeping YouTube scene. Whatever. It is what it is. But Dustin has been grinding for so many years, year after year after year, just grinding, grinding, grinding. And he just like went over 100,000 subscribers, not that long ago. And now, but then you have people that have been only doing this for, let's say, less than a year, and they're like 10,000 and 20,000 and 30,000 and 40,000, and just like exponentially climbing so fast. Like it would weigh on me if I was Dustin. Like I've been grinding at this for so long, and all these people are just like, all they have to do is have an email and shoot a few videos, and boom, they're right there.
I I wonder if I wonder if it's a real threat to them. I wonder. I would have to wonder that too. But I don't. To me, I'm sure something about it in their head. I'm sure they've said that to themselves, but I don't think it's a matter of, dude. They've made it a professional. That's their thing that they do. Like I have a job I go do, and maybe if I have energy, I shoot stuff. You know what I mean? That's like, as far as I understand, that's like the thing they do. And if it's not, they've really dedicated a ton of time and money and effort and into it. And I'm just, and they've earned their place. They were, holy smokes. That's like saying, is James Brown mad at hip hop? Like, I
Does
don't think
James
so.
Brown hate Michael Jackson for stealing his moves?
Yeah, no, I don't think, I think he was so busy rocking it that I don't know that he would think that way because he set his own trends and so did they, in so many ways. So
So we have a
I'm
chat
not
that
because I don't
says, I
care.
believe it's a good thing in the fish community has exploded the way it has. And I would agree
Yeah,
with that. I would think that
sure.
is extremely gives everybody a chance as well as spread some. It's a very relaxing hobby.
It is absolutely. So, my mom called me today because she was very excited about the marching that's going on, and she's just very Oprah-tized, and so she's very excited. And for me, I'm like, that's great. I don't. I think that's all very good stuff. But I think one of the deeper problems is everyone is so upset with their lives and so medicated um, that we'll kill each other with a fork if you give us a chance. And so I think something like an aquarium is such a back to basics way to calm the mind and give yourself some perspective and something else to work on. And then the depth of it too. Like I think it's good that it's exploding if it's exploding, in the sense that if we do it right, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But if it's done wrong, then it's just 200,000 more of those kids from Dora. What was the kid who had to kill the fish with the freckles? The little girl who was the terrible thing in
The
the
dentist's friggin'
yeah,
niece or
yeah,
some shit.
yeah, right. It's 200,000 more of those little fuckers running around. Like in that sense, no, that is not a good thing. But if we can teach them, if they can turn to information that's already out there, and they have a heart, and they don't just want moving, living toys they can goof around with, then yeah, that's great.
Yeah, like this guy JH Aquatics. He lives in the islands. I met him at Aquatic Experience. He does fish fam news. He's got some good videos. He just posted he has gotten over 3.3 thousand subscribers in 6 months, which is extremely fast.
Pretty cool.
One more thing. Thank you again, Sandy, for another $10 super chat. Saying Mike rambles too. Love it. I've learned a ton from his rambles, which you all know I like to ramble. Sandy, quick question. This might be super stupid. Are you, Sandy, my wife's friend from work? And if so, I hope your axolotls are doing well. I hope I pronounced that right. I can never pronounce that right. Axolotls? Axolotls? No. I couldn't even do that sober. But thank you, Sandy, again. All right, Jeff. Got to acknowledge the fans here. I can't ask you this question. I can't ask you that question.
Can you text it to me and I'll answer it in a kind of clouded
Oh no,
fashion?
no, it's not. It has nothing to do with that. I have a list of questions that I'd like to ask, and then I have a list of questions that I wrote out for you for that last time. But I'm just going, like, one of the questions I like to ask is, what keeps you motivated to keep making YouTube videos? I can't ask you that.
Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't ask me that question.
And I can't ask you that question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm breaking the rules, buddy.
I love this though. Okay, so I did already ask you that question, but here's a question I don't have written down, but I'd love to know because I think what is great is sharing without being too public about it, sharing your life, not necessarily as it relates to fish keeping, but like what you like to do outside fish keeping, because everybody's normal or somewhat, and they all have things they like to do. So like, I like to fish, I like to golf, there's all the kids stuff. There's other hobbies I like that I would never discuss, but there's just like people are normal. So what kind of things do you like to do besides keeping fish? Like, for instance, are you a chef, for example?
I am a cook. What do I like to do other than keeping fish? My kids are a huge thing in my life right now. So, and that's great because it's not just one thing. They are just this whole myriad of experiences and opportunities for me to grow. So, yeah, that's a huge thing right now. Other than that, I am trying to extend my health a little bit. So I'm getting out. I live on this beautiful tropical island, and there's so much to see and hike and see underwater and overwater, and that's a big deal. We are working on starting an aquarium society, which I guess is fish again, isn't it? But we had been working really, really hard on that, and then things kind of went sideways. But that's something that's sort of rekindling in a lot of ways. Um, so that's going on in the background, and then work, and then I'm gonna get this house, dude. And now, so that's my new focus is just getting this house up. I bought it beautiful. I'm gonna rock the shit out of it, and then we are gonna expand. And it's all life decisions now, dude. Like I gotta work properties, and I need to figure out what's gonna happen when I'm 55 because it comes quick, bro. So life planning, aggressive life planning, positivity, health, family.
What happens when you're 55?
I'd like to kick the fuck back is what happens when I'm 55, dude. I know too many people, too many family members, there's too many people in the world. The idea that you can just kick, that life lets up at some point, it's changing every day and every year and every decade. And what I know is that people have to work hard and long to get any kind of relaxation where um, so on top of trying to enjoy my life right now, I'm trying to really, really ensure that this fantasy I have of some amount of relaxation that comes at the end of the work, our life's work day, is there for me.
Well, that is 55 the retiring age at in Hawaii, because then I definitely think I need to move there.
No, that's just, you know what? I want to set a number because, here's something I can't see fine print as well as I used to. That just happened this year, and I've been lying to myself about it. But at this point, the other day, I handed myself my oldest something for me to read because that thing was just too goddamn small, bro. So, and I'm not anywhere near that. So, looking at the people around me, I know a lot of healthy 55-year-olds. I know a lot of dead 55-year-olds too. So, I mean, I'm just trying to make, little good decisions.
Good. I like to hear that.
You shoot for 55 and maybe you'll be okay by 60. If I shoot for 60, who knows, man, if I'll make it.
I have yet to think about retirement because I have a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and
Right. But
my
you're in your
life is
process.
literally day by day.
Yeah,
One
but
day at a
that's, you know
time.
what, though? That's true, but it's not true because I know that well, not just, but you had gone through your move. So, I mean, you're in your process too, You're setting up. It's all these little stages we go through. We set up our foundation and
Yeah,
equity, et cetera,
we're
et cetera.
truly making it happen.
Yeah,
As
right.
long as you can find a few happy moments a day with all the shit that happens in this world.
Oh, you gotta laugh, dude. And that's why, I mean, you gotta fucking laugh, dude. That's why I was saying about Facebook earlier. I don't have as much time for it. It just can't. They got us tricked on that stupid damn thing. I don't want to goof around with it. And the world's like that, you just gotta laugh. It's all happened. There's been horrible, 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 horrible things, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. You just trying to stay focused and affect what's really around you. There's a shitty thing happening in your town you can help with. You don't have to worry about what the fuck is going on way out there. They're trying to confuse you. That's my thing. See, that's my channel. Here we go. I'm going to go on one of my rant videos.
Well, that's good. That's why I like having you on, and that's why I like talking to you.
Look at this. You just see screen.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a screened palm tree.
That's what I was showing you, screen palm tree.
But the mountains are gorgeous.
That's amazing out there, dude.
What is that across the way? What is that? Someone's back of their house or front of their house? What's close? Are they all doors? What is that?
What, really that close thing? Oh, that's just that's the covering for my parking and then my little storage unit, and everyone's in a row here. But I'm stoked because nobody else has a front yard. Everybody else steps right out of their front door into their trunk of their car. I got this whole front yard, and there's kids here right down the way. I got a cop at the other end. Somebody steps off, he'll shoot them.
That's your front yard where the pond is?
Yeah. No, the pond's in the backyard. My front yard is this, then that parking thing that you're probably looking at, and then the mountain beyond that. It's not bad. It's a little townhouse, man. It's a little thing.
It's gorgeous.
It's a restarter. It's a restarter, baby.
Do you have condo fees?
Fuck. Yeah. So then get this, dude. I have them for this little set of units that I live in, and then also for the master association for the main. So I don't know. I feel like they should be cutting the shit out of my grass. There's a lot more that needs to be happening out there.
Well, I was gonna say, because up here for condo fees, it's like you're paying people to snow blow and snow plow and shovel and then cut the grass and do all this and do all that. And the weather is so horrible up here for half the year that there's always repairs. So the condo fees are high because there's a ton of shit that people have to do outside their condos.
Right.
Like what are you paying for? Just like the grass cut? Like
literally, like that. Yeah. Well, yeah. Look at my palm trees; are so well manicured, dude. Like there's not one leaf that is hanging in an odd way, in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, they're cutting the grass.
I don't see any brown, dry palm leaves either.
No, they don't. No. The moment one of them tans, somebody runs up a tree, they fucking chew it off. It's over it. No, it's not. And that's pretty much it. There's no snow to blow here, dude. They just cut the grass, break it.
Or weirdly just pictured this like gorilla sitting in a lawn chair ripping butts, and then like the second a leaf turns brown, he like fucking like friggin' climbs right up the tree, scoops it off, and then runs back to his thing, puts it in his leaf pile, and then rips up another butt. Like
there's a fold-out lounge chair. He has his ukulele, and I'm telling you, the moment one browns, he skates up that tree like a fucking mad person and eats it off.
Yep, that's what I just.
It's rough, dude. And I don't know what the hell. I didn't know in the other place, in my other house. I had no idea what I was paying for. No idea whatsoever. But they wanted it. Boy, oh boy. They sure did, and they needed me to wash my garage door all the time. That was what I was paying for, is the paper it took for them to print out letters to tell me about washing my garage door. Fucking associations, dude. My God.
That does not seem up your alley at all. Having to deal
No,
with
man, you
the
sometimes you got to play the game, buddy. You got to play the game. You want to live levels, you got to play the game. This is not the end game for me. So sometimes you can sit there and you read your little letter. You go, okay, Sarah, and you move on because you know, a home and an investment are a weird interplay of things. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to. I'll play the
I,
game.
I have to tell you, I'm extremely frustrated with the recent weather that happened because I spent a lot of money. So in my last house, I had 10 years, so I was constantly like planting stuff so that I would have things blooming for all parts of the summer. You know, spring, summer, fall. And so in the new house,
I don't know what those things are.
anywho, and then yeah, right. So in the new house, you put things around your house that bloom at different times of the summer, so that you always have something in flower, so to speak. And I spent a lot of money doing that, and I had this also a beautiful lilac that was like a lollipop, big giant lollipop lilac in front of my garage. And this recent two storms, well, when it snows in March in New England, the snow is very wet and heavy because it's not like super freezing, where it would make it like be like just powdery, like Antarctic snow. It's
Like
like
somebody, God dumped a Slurpee on your town and shit. And you just have to
exactly,
deal
it's
with it.
like a Slurpee,
Yeah,
it's like concrete, and it broke and destroyed everything around my house. And I'm fucking pissed about it. I can't do anything about it now, but I did spend a lot of money and now it's all gone. And
yeah,
I'm very unhappy about that.
I understand that. I totally understand that. And
Just like
that's
if a
more to that
hurricane
point
hit an
about earlier.
island
You
and
guys are all
destroyed
crazy.
everything.
You're all insane. I'm telling you what, it's snowing or there's a tornado or there's something that's happening that's unreal. I don't.
Well, there's no tornadoes in Massachusetts, but there is
Other
huge,
deal with
huge
them, my friend.
snowstorm and blizzards that
Right.
just wipes everything out. I have another question for you.
Please.
This is one of my favorite questions because I especially like to ask this to people that have been on YouTube for a while. And since you are a true friend, how many, in quotes, capital letters, exclamation point, true friends have you made throughout the years on YouTube that you would, on a regular basis, either text with or talk to?
Regular basis? I don't talk to
And
my
by
mama.
regular basis, I mean like it could be every day, it could be once a week, could be once a month. Like, who would you get a new phone that for some reason the iCloud didn't work or whatever didn't
Oh,
work?
and I would go and seek their phone number.
Your shit
Yeah.
wouldn't transfer, and you would be like, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. I'm gonna write this person's number down to manually put back in my phone.
I'm gonna say probably 4. 4 phone number friends to 8 extending onto Facebook friends who are still friends. But I just, like maybe it's a different country, and I just, what am I gonna? I'm not, I can Facebook you.
True. I
You know what I
like
mean?
to like minimalize it. Like, there's no way you're ever getting your old phone back, and you can't just go on Facebook and like.
Oh well, I do. I mean, I gotta have, dude. You gotta have your number. I gotta have Jay's number. I want to know Peck Tech's number. I want to know. Uh, I have Danny's number. I just, and that's kind of just. I think it's about 4. Let's stick with 4, and maybe somebody I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I think I'm right around 4. Like, I could go without the rest, but and you are one of them. I absolutely love talking to you. The moment I knew that we could hang out in person and you wouldn't like, it wouldn't feel weird is when you called me at like 1 o'clock in the morning, yelling at me
Oh
because
God,
I
why?
commented on one of your Facebook
Why
posts,
did I do that? Guy was so. You know what, dude? That was so
busting your
junk.
chops. and you
I
were in
was
such a bad time in your life.
it was. I was so fucking angry about my whole existence at that
But
point, dude.
the fact that you could call me and leave a voice message tells me you love me, because you only do those things to the people you love. If
Well,
you didn't
absolutely.
give a shit about me, you would have never called me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't give a shit what people think, and that's the thing is I don't, I've really embraced. I have a really antisocial side to me, and I've really, really embraced that as a positive. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Um, but I did. What I don't even know what the fuck. And you know what? You weren't even saying the shit I thought I read, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I was so lit. I'm sorry, man.
Well, there's
Yeah,
no need to be
Mike.
sorry.
I called Mike from Mass up and fucking hollered at his ass on his shit. And one of them, what fuck? It was one for you. It was earlier for me, so it didn't feel as crazy. It quite as crazy from my side. It was like a 4 hours difference of crazy in my side, but still, yeah, man. I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. One and four. We get
Evan,
people comment.
Evan. I need Evan's phone number too. That guy,
Who that? Who's Evan?
IFG,
Oh yes.
big time.
I WhatsApp with IFG, but he no longer responds to me because now he has way too many subscribers. I saw it, right. I was flipping through his channel the other day, and last month he put a video out like about Petco, and it got 350,000 views in 3 weeks.
Savage.
I was like, I just wanted to say, hey man, that's fucking badass. Congratulations. That is a
Totally.
lot of views in a couple weeks.
And I think that's one of the things I admire the most about this circle of friends that I have on there that I've watched really blossom from, just the group of us that were dicking around and showing off our tanks and then really decided to take it on as I don't want to say, for some it was a career, for some it was they took it on and took it really seriously, and it's great. I mean, whether or not you're part of this newfangled crew that's out there that's making all these views and subscribers, really, whatever, fuck all that noise, dude. Like, you guys, there's a really rock solid group of guys that know how to work it, know how to advertise themselves, know how to set out that platform that people will you bring out the water and people come and feed from it. And I think that's smart, the way it's done. And I see all the processes and programs, and dude, I don't have fucking time for it, so I have such an admiration for that. Savage, you savage, you.
It's not like super
Oh
tough.
my
It's just
God.
once you get up there, it's like, not that people expect videos, but
You.
I think you feel like you need to put a video out.
Fuck yeah, you do, and it keeps you going, and that's why I think Joey's has like built himself a room out of his house he can just absolutely dedicate to it, because it does. I mean, it keeps pushing you to listen. If you got a tank with 4 goldfish in it, there's very little you can continue to talk about, that, and because information needs to kind of come off fresh, unless you have some kind of hook where you're like exciting or have some editing quality to you, or if you are, you have some appealing features that people tend to be attracted to, that's great. Okay, work it, but you have to keep it fresh, and you guys always have one way. And look at the live stream thing, and there's another example of that. You know what I mean? Yes, you're making videos, but here's another avenue through which to put the water out and let people drink, and it's great.
Yeah, live streams are super fun.
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
tank, I don't even know. I haven't even put myself on camera in like an hour because I've been so excited to talk to you. My tank
What
is
time did we
on
start,
moonlights.
doing this?
Huh?
What time did we start doing this?
I don't know. Like, I went on at about 9. You came on at like an hour plus an hour and a half ago.
Flies
It
fast when you're
flies
having.
by. Like, I'm like, I'll do a live stream at 9. I'll get off at 10. I'll go do my own stuff. And now it's like here it's already 11:15.
Classic. You're the man.
You are the man, man.
You're trying, buddy. I'm trying.
One day at a time, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's easy stuff. Well, I mean, at this point, dude, man, I'm telling you what, it's getting there's these amazing chain of events that happen when you're going through stuff that you know the changes are pretty amazing. The changes in yourself and perspective are pretty amazing. And right now, it's just there's a lot to smile about. Yeah, so it's good. It's a good time.
It's a good time, bruh.
It's a good time, my friend.
That was more Dracula-ish.
Yeah, well, I keep it pretty spooky. So what other questions? Nail me with another question. You must have another one. This is the part where you blow a horn at me.
Did I break all the way up off the screen?
Yeah, yeah, you're not on the screen, and there's a crazy honking sound that I
Oh no,
heard.
I had to run out to my freezing cold garage to grab a few more beers because I only brought 2 beers to the desk because I was like, oh, I'll only be on for like an hour, 45 minutes. I can handle this.
Bye. People. See, there's a great example. Did I just tell you I'm so sick of people? There's people coming up on my phone telling me shit I don't want to hear.
Oh, JH says audio check. Well,
Yeah.
so what is you're off today, apparently, or are you
No,
going to work
no.
later?
This was yeah. I took Friday off because it's spring break for us, and I just wanted to make sure the kids had some coverage. I love spring break with them because we can get up early and go hit the beach and go dick around all day, and it just is. I like the time frame a lot more. And then so today would then be my Monday, and here we go again. Fuck, it starts early, ends early. It's beautiful.
I do not
I love.
miss working in the restaurant at this
Yeah,
age. At
yeah.
my age,
Bro, I'd kick your ass.
it is a grind.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh, it
camaraderie
absolutely
is
is.
special.
Oh, they're my favorite assholes.
Yeah,
Every single.
it's a different breed
Yeah,
working in
yeah,
the
yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah, that's for sure, dude. But I don't mind. You know, like it's just I've kind of calmed down a lot about it. I did a lot of seeking for a long time, and it's like this is what I'm good at. I don't sweat it. Just go, show up. I am that thing. You know what I mean? You can still try and seek your hopes and desires can take you other places, but in the end, I'm very much that thing. Put a knife in my hand, and I want to have fire and shit around me. That's the fucking happy place, dude.
So what I'd
Very
like
happy.
to do here before I take off
Yeah, man.
is I'd like you to stay on for another can you stay on for 10 more minutes?
I'm just cruising, dude.
All right. I want to open up the Hangout to some people that are here that want to come on. I'm going to put it on the public. I'm going to put it on the stream. So like JH, if you want to come on, click it. I think Google Hangouts can do like 10 people. And then people can ask questions and we'll just talk with them for a few minutes. And then I'm going to go to bed after that. You game?
I'm into it.
All right. So I hit this button, hit this button, hit this button, boom. Then I do this, and I do that, that. All right, what did I do? Did it wrong. I am literally, I'm not a good computer person.
Wow.
I try to do it, but it takes me forever. All right, so whoever wants to come on and ask some questions and hang out, there is the link. Go for it. Talk to Jeff Bizzle. Yes, how do you pronounce that? Voirus. Can you see the chat on your phone at all?
No, I just see your big beautiful eyes, and that's it.
Yes. That's
There's
as you
stuff
should.
around you, but I can't look at it when you're on.
Well, there's a chatter, virus. It's VOERIS. And yes,
So,
I was a cook for a long time. I actually ran a restaurant for a long time after college. It was some of my most favorite times in the world. I met my wife that way. She was bartending her way through nursing school. And the times that you can have in a restaurant are amazing. And you learn a lot. You learn how to work hard, that's for sure. You learn to appreciate food and what it takes to get a plate to your table. So you better think twice when you go to some restaurant and you feel like acting like an asshole, the time and energy it takes for that plate to make it to your table. Am I right, Jeff?
I'll probably just make you a new one. People always do like they'll drop your food on the floor. You better be careful. And the fact is, I'll probably just make you a new one. But I will swear, I will curse you with every bit of articulation that I can. Absolutely. Because people deserve that. Most people can't even make a fucking ham sandwich on their own, let alone get a steak to their version of mid-well. And if you're eating a steak well,
Then you shouldn't be eating a steak, first of all.
put your fingers to your head like you were holding a gun and squeeze your thumb. I don't really want you to hurt yourself. You should definitely go like this in the mirror so you know what it looks like and do that just because
So,
that's what you
as
deserve.
a chef, you might appreciate this or you might not appreciate this, but I actually have a great story. Down Florida, on Longboat Key, they had a dish that I loved and that my wife loved, and we both, like, when we go out, we both order like different dishes and we just like share a little bit of it, like, whatever. Anyway, it was a seared sea scallop with that was served with
Mm-hmm.
risotto, um,
Mm-hmm.
and like asparagus tips and some roasted red peppers, whatever. And then my wife got the blackened shrimp, jumbo shrimp, that
Mm.
was excellently seasoned with tri-colored quinoa, baby kale, truffle oil, and a bunch of
That's
others.
killer. That's all killer. Good words. Good deal.
So I fell in love with the tri-colored quinoa side and the seared sea scallop. So the next night, when we were all showered and ready to go to the exact same bar restaurant that we've been at all day long and eat again
Right.
because the food was so friggin' awesome, I said to the waitress, I want the seared sea scallops again, please, but I want them served with the blackened shrimp ordeal, that whole
Right. Right.
tricolored
The whole scenario.
quinoa
Right.
and the baby
Quinoa.
kale and the truffle oil, because for me that pairs better. And so that's what I ordered. They had it done. Perfect, no problem. The next night we order room service. We never ordered room service before, like ever.
Uh,
We've never done
uh,
it. And I call, I'm like, hey, yeah, I would like the seared sea scallops, but I'd like them with the blackened shrimp. And so the chef brings the food to the door and was like, so you're the person that keeps screwing with my menu. Because the menu was not large, it's like everything on that we got served, whether it was the basic grilled chicken Caesar salad to the high-end entree, was absolutely amazing. So the chef was clearly knew what he was doing.
yeah. And he
But
told you what for, huh?
me taking his protein 3 nights in a row and transferring it onto another protein's dish was like really pissing him off. Like in his head, he was like, why is he doing this?
And
And
it wasn't playful. It wasn't playful and out of appreciation for the fact that you ordered 3 times in a row the same thing. It was he really wanted to know who the fuck was messing with his menu.
yeah, exactly. Who's messing with my menu? This is my menu. Why is he doing this? And then so he delivered the thing to the door, and this wasn't like super late. This was like 6 o'clock, nothing crazy. And he's like, "So are you the one that's ordered this 3 nights in a row?" And I said, "Yes, I am." Are you the chef? He said, "Yes." I go, "I absolutely love it. I love this. I love that." But I think that the like crispness of the shrimp, when it's cooked that perfect, it's like got a snap to it. Doesn't go with the snap of the, and I call it quinoa, but I know it's quinoa. I go, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it
yeah.
goes with the quinoa, whereas the creaminess of the risotto doesn't pair well with that nice, like, just sweetness and like just like melt in your mouth scallop. So I switch them, and that works well with my palate. And I sat there and shot the shit with him for like 5 minutes. It was
Nice.
awesome. And I bet he will switch that. I think he
Right.
will.
Right. Sure. I mean, and you can get stuff wrong. You absolutely can get something wrong in your head and have a guest be like, "You ever try this?" And if you're open to it, I mean, they're paying for it. You know what I mean? And they got the palate. They ultimately, you're not trying to satisfy your ego. You're trying to satisfy your guest, right? So that's awesome. Check
Well,
back.
ego and head chef is. I don't know that you would ever want to mess with a head chef's ego. I mean, he is
I
right. What, like 99.9% of the time, at least he thinks he does.
Yeah. Well, sure. We gotta have something. We don't win anywhere else. We gotta have something.
And nobody joined. And the chat is down.
Ah, sorry.
No, no worries. You know what? My wife actually just texted me. She says, I'm coming home. I'm not feeling so good. She never comes home sick from work ever. So I'm sure she's feeling absolutely awful.
Sorry.
So let's see if anything is going on in the chat, and then we'll call it a night. Oh,
Yeah,
look,
buddy.
we just got the Batwing and the goat. That's hilarious. Remember I used to call you Batwing, Batty, the
Batty.
movie? Remember the movie
Absolutely.
Waiting? That's
Yep.
hilarious. This guy must be old school here. He's calling us the Batwing and the goat. It's amazing.
Oh, great. It's funny because that is just so accurate. That movie was so spot on, perfect. Just
It
about
really
how
was.
the mentality in the kitchen and where people are in their lives, and it was such a good movie, dude, for being such a stupid movie. Yeah, buddy. I lost you, man. You on there?
Yeah, I'm here. We're gonna cut it down.
Thanks
So
for having me on.
I will be sending you nice text and cute little emojicons with smooches. And for coming on. I love you, brother.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Jeff. Later, my brother.
Peace.
All right, guys. We're gonna call it a night here on the chat. Yes, Brady is the GOAT. We all know that. And we will talk to you later. All right, folks. Mike from Mass. I'm out.